So we see the prophetic word coming to pass, ladies and gentlemen. It is manifesting in such a way where, I mean, Pastor Peter Chambers said it. The God is gonna allow and put the spirit.
Thousands of
Hold on.
pro-government demonstrators rallied in
God is
Tehran
gonna
tonight
allow the
to
people to
denounce
rise up
President
against the
Trump's
government.
partial blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Iran calls the move.
Hold on. Every time I go on this phone, it's an old phone. Let me not even curse the phone, cause the phone old. It's an old phone, Jamaica. Where you say T Bronx? T Bronx? You in the Bronx? Lady Ninja, hi, how are you? Let me know which country you guys are watching from. Canada, USA, Africa, wherever you are in the world. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Alright. So there's a couple things, ladies and gentlemen. We have Clarky. How you doing, Clarky? Watching from England, Britain for the first time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is the weather? How is the weather? Cayman Islands. How is the weather there? How is the weather there in Britain? And welcome to the platform. First time you're subscribed. Big up yourself, no man. Let me, for the first time, comers, I want to invite you to one, become a member of the platform, and just know that that's an option. You know, on Bolo VNR 2.0, we have Eve Richards. Hi Bolo, I'm watching from Bahamas. Is it Bahamas? Oh, Birmingham. Birmingham in the UK. Oh gosh, man. Jamaican lady born. All right. Bless up yourself, Eve. Bless up yourself. Good to have you. Good to have you. Good to have you. Appreciate each and everyone on the live. I would love for you guys to remember to hit the like button. Just boop, right up here. So there's a thumbs up button at the top of the screen. All right, everybody. It helps the video to go out. The weather in London isn't too bad, but still chilly. All right, that's good. I've heard that there's been some like difference in weather in the UK. Like you guys are getting more rain than you usually would, right? But Jamaica, why I tell you, when it rains it pours. When it rains it pours. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to deal with. And I guess we should have to just get right into it. So recently, the UHWI has come under fire because of the Auditor General report. There were some things that was declared in the first meeting that has now been retracted. Apparently, there was no flood in Jamaica. No, man. Oh gosh, man. Big up Mystic Sensation, man. General, real general in this space. You understand? Yeah, man, he always endorse me over there, man. I mean, always endorse him from day one because I've learned a lot from a lot of the independent. I don't want to say bloggers, the independent journalists on here like Mystic Sensation, Mr. Wayne Lonesome, Andre Stevens, Sulfur Jamaica Topic, out for the Press Document TV, and Isabel Rose, Auntie Jenny, Jamaica Carlos, you know what I mean? Mr. Will Rattigan. I've learned a lot. I've got stuff from everybody, like just an understanding of the political, history of Jamaica. I've learned a lot from you guys, persons that have reached out to me via my number and stuff like that. My number is public. And of course, guys, just pay attention to Nightbot. As you can see, everybody on Bolo VNR 2.0, that Nightbot, the AI moderator, just dropped my number in the chat. It says to join my WhatsApp group, good people. Please text join to 876-451-6535 and I'll add you. All right. Jackie Miller says, watching from Orlando, Florida. No, I don't even have to ask how the weather is in Orlando, Florida. The weather is always great in Florida, right? except when there is a hurricane or something to that effect. So I don't even have to ask how the weather is in Florida. But yeah, let me just drop this in the chat so you guys can join my group, or you can join my WhatsApp channel. And of course, as I said, my number is 876-451-6535. For all the Destiny Helpers persons that would love to donate, and the options that are in the pinned comment is not the option you have. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp, and I have a Zelle. I have the Zelle information I can send to you that I will not post on this. There's a Zelle there, but it's just an email, and sometimes there's some difficulty for people to actually find the Zelle. But there's another Zelle I have that has the number, and it's easier to find. That's my brother Paul Chin. Is the same. He's the one that owns the Cash App. My brother Paul Chin is the Cash App information is there. That's him. That's another option. Anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way. Hitting the like button, sharing, all that good stuff. Becoming a member of the platform. The super chat is open on Bolo VNR 2.0. You can send gifts as well. All of that. All right, cool. Get that out of the way. So welcome again, guys. Let me go to these. Mighty God of Daniel. I tell you. Let us examine some key things that happened in the group, in the PAC meeting. First of all, social media posts, ladies and gentlemen, right? PAC committee coverage, April 14, 2026, right? All right. This is a summary. One issue, there's a $40 billion tax debt by the UHWI. Hi, Andrea. 40 billion. That is the first issue. The UHWI owes the TAJ, us the people of Jamaica, $40 billion. That is problematic. All right? That's problematic. All right? Let me tell you that is very, very problematic. It says here that outrage, the hospital that is supposed to save your life owes $40 billion in taxes. Not 40 million, billion. And the TAJ will drag you in court over $50,000. Jamaica, are we sleeping? Think about it. Are we sleeping? That is the first thing, Jamaica. They are dragging Dennis Gordon for $10 million plus that he paid. He has now paid the $10 million plus, Jamaica. And they want to label the man as a criminal when the man has done so much. You know, so we can't deal with, we can't deal with Mr. Dr. Alfred Dawes, Yo, shout out to Dr. Alfred Dawes. Dr. Alfred Dawes not easy, man. Oh my God. So back to the UHWI. Back to the UHWI, Jamaica. Jeez and peace. What are they? Let me just yeah, right here, sir. Right. You know what? I have to do this. Something came up. I'm telling you, I'm busy, Jeez, what's up? Jamaica? Me said, yo, they want to work me have to do. You can't stay still, Virgin. Can't stay still.
I have 26 dialysis machines up at university. Over 17 of them are out. Now turned in our contract. I said, boss, 17 of the 26 dialysis machines not working, Mr. Minister, you don't care about health here. Mr. Minister, you don't care.
Alright. Done with that. I'm going to go to here so now. Bluetooth. I'm going to use my phone. Hopefully nobody not call me. Hopefully no one call. TikTok, how are you doing? Big up on yourself. June. Bless up yourself, June. Tell us I'm go live. Me there. So let's go back to these issues, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to the UHWI that has to be highlighted. That came from the PAC meeting. We're gonna go to the videos and everything, but let me just read right here because everything was written down, right? So the $40 billion that is owed, mighty God of Daniel, that is a sore point. Number two, sarcastically, so TAJ will garnish a market vendors' wages over back taxes, but the UHWI can rack up $40 billion and nobody bats an eye for years. One set of rules for the people and another set for the institution. Got it. Sean, big up yourself. So these are Jamaica real important points about what came out of the PAC meeting. The next thing is this. Calling out Tufton directly, right? You are the Minister of Health. UHWI falls under your watch. $40 billion in unpaid taxes, no valid tax compliance certificate for years, no TCC for years, Jamaica. The UHWI did not have any TCC, tax compliance certificate, for years. How does that go by unnoticed by the Minister of Health? How do you give an excuse, a valid excuse for that type of incompetence? Please explain that to me. Right? Right? So the next thing is this. No valid tax compliance for years. What exactly have you been doing, Mr. Tufton? We need answers, not a press conference. Answers. And you know, right now, Christopher Tufton is at a press conference, ladies and gentlemen. Like everything is hunky-dory. Millicent, big up. Like everything is hunky-dory and wonderful. I'm going to share up the live for my TikTok. Remember, the aim is 50,000 likes on TikTok. All right? We can help with the live goal. That's optional. On Bolo VNR 2.0 and on TikTok. But I need you guys to really hit the like button, all right? And share the live with at least 5 people. The next thing is this. Well, we have to go back to this, not the next thing. 40 billion owed in taxes, no compliance certification, importing medicine through another ministry. This is not mismanagement, this is negligence. Do you guys agree? Where you say the minister is moonlighting as ministers, but focus on making money in their own business. Thank you so much. They are extremely distracted, ladies and gentlemen, right? They are extremely distracted. There's another message here. One, factual but devastating. Yesterday at the Public Accounts Committee, Jamaica got a look behind the curtains of the UHWI, and what they saw should disturb every single one of us. The acting CEO confirmed that UHWI owes tax administration Jamaica more than $40 billion in taxes. 18 billion is the actual 18 billion is the actual debt. The rest is over 22 billion interest and penalties. So they owe 18 billion and over 22 billion is interest and penalties, right? That have been piling up for while nobody addresses it. To put that into perspective, Committee Chairman Julian Robinson noted that the 18 billion principal is roughly the same as the government's entire new tax package for the fiscal year. Jamaica, I am glad that we got to this point, because I was saying it last night. Wait a minute. The tax that the government, the new taxes, it comes up to $18 billion. And the UHWI owes the entire amount of taxes that we need for the year. Mighty God of Daniel. Put that into perspective, ladies and gentlemen. The UHWI owes more than the amount of taxes required for the budget for this fiscal year. Wrap that round your brain. All the UHWI have to do is pay us the money that they owe us, and them don't have a tax to Jamaica. Mighty God of Daniel, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. I wasn't sure about it last night, because I was like, wait a minute. Is it 18 billion Jamaican or US in taxes that that they want to take from the people with the new taxes. So it's 18 billion Jamaican confirmed. And the UHWI owes 40 billion. Almost, well, not almost, 2 times the amount that we actually need for the fiscal year. So they could, UHWI can just the $40 billion and we will be good for 2 years without any taxes, more taxes on the people. How about that? That they owe us. You guys see why it's so important now, the suggestion that the PMP made about the electronic tax system, where businesses that already is paying them taxes, it would be more efficient. So they could not say that they didn't earn any money while they did earn money to pay the taxes that they owe us. You guys see how important the budget speech that Julian Robinson gave is integral in fixing a lot of the problems that we have in Jamaica. Because you have to say, if UHWI owes this amount of taxes, can you imagine other entities? And if they were to pay their taxes on time, ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't have these issues. We would be able to really rebuild with resilience and build back better. As a matter of fact, we would be able to build for prevention and not just reaction. If these taxes were being collected and somebody was over the people and back and saying, wait a minute, no, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, do you know how much $18 billion worth? You know how much years that take? For pile up? That is a long time without paying the taxes. Right? And it seems what the internal auditor said in the previous PAC meeting, the man said, these things are systematic. He said it's systematic what is going on the UHWI. So it's one big system. Andrea said, now you tell me, oh, Jamaica must run good. Andrew Honest and my friend them run UHWI. What are them? No, but listen, I am saying the root cause of you see, the next PAC meeting is going to be very interesting enough. Because what I want you guys to know is that the gentleman that was the former chairman, the man said him ready to come in front of them. I have not heard from Fitzgerald Mitchell in the news. But let me go to that article for you and come back. Hold on, let me go to that article and I'll come back to this. And I'm going to be all over the place, Jamaica, because we just have to make it flow. You understand what I say? Let me go to the article in regards to, see it here, former UHWI boardman chairman Chai Chung ready to face PAC. So this man is not backing down. And that is a good sign already. He remind me of Dennis Garden. That is a very, very good sign. Let's read. It says here that former chairman Wayne Chai Chung, who alerted the country to alleged procurement breaches in 2023, says he's ready to face the Parliament Public Accounts Committee. I would accept the invitation if I'm asked, Chai Chung told the Gleaner on Tuesday after the committee approved the move on Tuesday. PAC Chairman Julian Robinson said the committee will formally write to Chai Chung, currently the current CEO Fitzgerald Mitchell and former CEO Kevin Allen, inviting them to appear. So the former CEO is Kevin Allen. That's the gentleman on the thumbnail. All three of those gentlemen is who we are here to talk about today and look into the UHWI situation and the issues that are happening there. The Jamaica Customs Agency has also been summoned, inviting them to appear before lawmakers at the next meeting, which is April 28th. Mark it down, ladies and gentlemen, April 28th. I think I can set the live from now for that meeting. You understand? I think we can do that. The Jamaica Customs Agency also has been summoned. Mitchell told the Gleaner on Wednesday morning that he had not received any communication from the Parliament of Jamaica. So Fitzgerald Mitchell said he has not received any communication, which I would assume that if he does receive a communication, he will present himself in front of the lawmakers. And if he doesn't, then we have a problem. Because I think that would be a breach of the law, isn't it? But we're not going to go there. I think he has to show up, ladies and gentlemen, right? Because this is very, very serious. 1 second. So it goes on to say that He goes on to say that that's for further thoughts. He said when asked if he would accept the PSA. That's for further thoughts. So hold on. So wait, he's leaving room for whether or not he's going to show up in front of the PSC meeting. Jamaica, we have to get one court order. All right, I said there now. Yeah, because if the present situation at the UHWI and I have to play something. No, this man is out of order. Hold on there. No, Jamaica. Him out of order. What do you mean? Him have got to think about it. No, wait. Let me go back to a question that Tava. What's your name? Tava or Ava Williams, the new PMP MP that was at the PSC meeting some weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Let me go back to a question that she asked. Because apparently I am me I live in our low land. Something wrong with me. Something is fundamental. You see, there's something wrong with me or something wrong with them. One out of the two is a fact. You understand? Because this don't make no sense right now. Where is it? Where is it? The PSC meeting, Integrity Commission, Joint Select, Public Accounts Committee, March 11th. I believe this is it. Yes, I believe this is
Generally procure buses for the JUTC scheme?
No, this is not it. This is an older one. That is an older one. Public Accounts Committee. That's what I'm looking for. You know, I need to put it in my, what do you call it? Yes, 2 weeks ago. See it here?
Strategic and transformational.
Hold on, them people. Having some glitches here.
We're done, but we're not properly up.
Here we go. Got him.
I find out there are a number of
Yeah, man. Right, that's
The
all.
matter will be discussed there.
Listen to this.
That's all I wanted to get the procedure because we're going to get into the meat of the matter later.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, member, I don't know if it's Hamilton. Yes, go ahead. Member
Hamilton. Yes, Mr. Toba
Thanks,
Hamilton.
Chair. Based on what I'm hearing, I find that there are a number of irregularities and
Yes,
anomalies
yes.
within the governance structure of the university.
Right.
But one that stands out for me is the audit finding speaking to contracts that were approved by the CEO without documented evidence of evaluation or procurement committee review. And I wanted to find out whether the internal auditor ever highlighted any such irregularity and whom did he report that to?
Rewind. Say that
That
again.
there are a number of irregularities
Yes.
and anomalies
Right.
within the governance structure of the university. But one that stands out for me is the audit finding speaking to contracts that were approved by the CEO
Right.
without documented evidence of evaluation or procurement committee review. And I wanted to find out whether the internal auditor ever highlighted any such irregularity and whom did he report that to?
Listen to this.
You heard the question, sir?
Repeat it again, Tova.
All right, just repeat your question, Member Hamilton.
There is an audit finding that states that contracts were approved by the CEO without documented evidence of evaluation or procurement committee review. And I wanted to find out if your department ever highlighted such an irregularity and to whom did you make that report in that instance?
All right, thank you, member. Not the same instance, but in similar instances, because normally when we're doing those reviews, we would have looked in the minutes to see those contracts that were approved, and we had issues, we have highlighted issues in which we saw contracts that were completed, but we did not see them as ratified in the minutes. And it's in the audit findings, in the audit reports, and it is there and nothing was done about it.
And submitted to who?
All our audit reports are sent to the audit committee and the CEO. We have a dual reporting relationship where we report administratively to the CEO and functionally to the audit committee. So every quarter, Chair, the audit committee would get a report of all the audit activities for each quarter, and these will also be sent to the CEO for action. Thank you, member.
Just a follow. So you're saying that in that particular instance where the CEO, there's an issue with contract approval by the CEO, that such a report was also sent to the CEO for action?
Not specifically speaking to that particular issues. I'm saying, member, that were similar issues.
But that is what you're saying would happen when you have a report about an irregularity. It goes to the CEO and the chairman of the audit committee of the board
Yes, member.
for action to be taken.
Yes, member.
Member Morrison.
So, whichever timeline this is, whether it's Fitzgerald Mitchell or the other brother, Mr. Allen, how in a God's green earth the CEO for breach, but the procedure is that the CEO gets the report of his own breach or her breach and supposed to correct or put things in place to stop himself from breaching. Make it make sense. And that's why it bothers me when I hear this man, Fitzgerald Mitchell, in this article, suggest that he's not sure if he's going to go in front of the PAC meeting. What do you mean? And there's reports of breaches of CEO in the Auditor General report. No. It's not a situation where it should be optional, in my opinion. You should be compelled or demanded to come in front of the... See it here? That's for further thoughts, whether or not he's going to go to the PAC meeting, if he's formally requested to do so. No. It goes on to say, after the audit report was released in January, the hospital announced that Mitchell went on 3 months leave to facilitate an independent investigation at the region's premier teaching hospital. You hear that? 3 months leave, vacation in Jamaica. The Gleaner has sought a response from Allen. The PAC's decision comes as lawmakers intensify efforts to obtain critical information linked to findings in the Auditor General's the Auditor General's Department report. That report found the UHWI awarded 521 million in contracts without essential procurement documents and identified systemic breaches of the government procurement guidelines, including unapproved contracts, variations, and missing records. Missing records, Jamaica, the 22 files. The audit also cited that the fact binding and the alleged misuse of tax exemption to import goods for 4 companies, Jack Den Group of Companies, Supreme Laundry Services, Scientific Medical Services, and Willman Sales Company Limited. Jack Den is led by MP Dennis Gordon of the opposition People's National Party. The report released in January made no adverse findings against Mitchell, Allen, or Chai Chong. From the first meeting that we had 2 weeks ago, it is apparent to me that the current management, the arrogance of these people, not true. I'm gonna tell you, man, I thought it was just me. For the first time, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it is apparent to me that the current management of the university hospital is not in a position to answer many of the questions that we have related to the operations of the UHWI. Robinson said during the UHWI's second appearance before the committee on Tuesday. Chai Chong, who served from November 2022 to December 2023, when he resigned, had previously defended his tenure, arguing that his brave board sought to implement reforms aimed at strengthening the governance and operational efficiencies. Hey, me say, Tufton I go come under fire next meeting. You know? Tufton is going to come under fire the next meeting, Jamaica, because this man wrote in an article his account of what really happened versus what Tufton said happened. Zine, and from you hear him come and him ready. It's going to be very interesting. So April 28th mark the date. In a statement issued after his resignation, he pointed to long-standing internal weaknesses, including alleged procurement irregularities, suspected payroll fraud that led to arrest, and major deficiencies in billing and collection, where more than 30% of potential revenue was either written off or not collected. Jamaica, let me read that again. Let me read that again. In a statement issued after his resignation, this is Chai Chung, you know, he pointed to long-standing internal weaknesses, including alleged procurement irregularities, suspected payroll fraud that led to arrest, and major deficiencies in billing and collection, where more than 30% of the potential revenue was either written off or not collected. Can you imagine? 30%, Jamaica. 30% of any business can kill the business. The lack of collection of 30% of any business can severely hamper the business's ability to function. 30% not collected or enough. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Tufton, who dissolved the board after Chai Chung's departure, cited a clash of personalities and dysfunctionality among the reasons for the move. Chai Chung, however, insisted that the disagreement were over his board attempt at reform, including hiring a top-tier professional from aboard as CEO. Yes, remember the story? Jamaica, all of this is going to come out of the mouth of Chai Chung at the PAC meeting April 20. I am loving this. Oh my God, I am loving this. He also said Tufton overruled a board decision to replace Mitchell as acting CEO with another senior official. You hear that, Jamaica? Fitzgerald Mitchell. You hear him say? Tufton overruled a board decision to replace Mitchell. I don't know about him in preference. I want China man, I don't know about that. Zane, last week Tufton said the issue that UHWI reflect long legacy and dysfunctional culture within the university. Jamaica, these people think we're such idiots. And Tufton in particular, Andrew, the two of them do this, where they come and they make these statements that point to their failure, but they don't know that we are not stupid. You are telling us that you're a failure, so you should resign. That's all they're saying when they say this, long-standing issues of legacy. How long has the JLP been in power? At what point did Christopher Tufton identify these long-standing legacy issues? And when did he try to change it? Obviously, the implementation of Fitzgerald Mitchell did not change nothing, and that is one of his boys. Think about that. That's one of his boys. So let's go back to the rest of the stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. That we have to really look into in regards to what is going on with this PAC thing, right? So, my bad, right here, so let me pick up where I left off. So 18 billion is the actual debt of that we need for that year, right? 18, no. To put it into perspective, committee chairman Julian Robinson noted that the 18 billion principal is roughly the same as the government's entire new tax package for this fiscal year. 18 billion. Meanwhile, if you owe TAJ money, they will take you to court. They will garnish your wages. They will put your name in the paper. And Dr. Christopher Tufton, the Minister of Health, has been silent. The hospital operates under his ministry. These failures happen on his watch. We are calling on him to come before the Jamaican people and explain how this was allowed to reach this point. That is reasonable, right, Jamaica? I believe that is reasonable, right? I believe that is reasonable. Another thing now, community angry angle we need to talk about. That ordinary Jamaicans, taxi operators, market vendors, small business owners get hauled before the courts by TAJ. Me tell them always put them foot on the smaller man neck, you know. But the big corporations, they have big friends. They get away with murder, Jamaica. So let's look into it, right? We get hauled in front of the courts by the TAJ for tax debt that are a fraction of what UHWI owes, right? Committee member Lowton Cousins raised it yesterday. He said it plainly. The same institution that is supposed to care for poor has been ignoring a $40 billion tax obligation while regular people face legal action for far, far less. This is not just about money. It is about who this system protects and who it punishes. There you go. We want to hear from you. You understand? We want to hear from only Jamaica. We want to think about that. I know this is a lot and I'm piling it on, but you don't know time. Time, Jamaica. Time. Time. All right, so this is what the UHWI owes, right? No typo, no rumor. Confirmed at the Public Accounts Committee yesterday by the hospital, owing hospital's own acting CEO. The hospital had no valid tax compliance certificate for years. It was using its private wing certificate instead. Dr. Tufton, you run this ministry. How did we get here? That's a question for Dr. Tufton, right? Next, all right, that good. Sarcastic, a Canadian consulting firm paid US $93,000 before the contract was even signed. Delivered a draft, not a final. A draft. No, you have to really soak in these realities. Everything I'm saying here is facts, you know. It was just listed. Listen to this, Jamaica. Oh my God. They paid a Canadian firm US $93,000 before the contract was even signed, right? Right? They delivered a draft, not a final, you know, report, a draft report. Thank you so much, Miss Jamaica, honey. They delivered a draft report, Jamaica. Over a year later, and nobody at UWI could tell the committee who these people even are or what qualifies them. But sure, everything is fine. Can you imagine? They don't know who the company is in Canada. They don't know if they're even qualified to do the job that they're paying them for. But they gave them US $93,000 before a contract was even signed. Something is fundamentally wrong here, Jamaica. Something fundamentally wrong here, son. It's not even a joke. Right? We need to find out who are these people. Lady Love, how you doing? We need to check who are the connection between the company and the person who paid. I mean, we need to find out and investigate who these companies are linked to politically, because it look like they may have some sweet deal. Yeah, it look like they may have some sweet deal. Right? Now, sharp and factual, let us be clear about the William Pragmatic contract. Money paid before contract signed. First delivery arrived February 2026. Contract signed September 2024. Committee asked about the firm's experience. Hospital said they did not know. This is not a procurement issue. This is a scandal. No lies detected. I mean, not even one line of detected yet, Jamaica. Now, viral, what do you say? Delivery a year later, nobody knows their qualifications of the public. William Pragmatic Limited, that's one of the companies. See, these are the things that they don't want to talk about, you know. That is so egregious about the Auditor General findings and then the investigation by the PAC, you know, at the PAC committee, the conversation and what it has revealed. Full breakdown. Here's a story about public money, a consulting contract, and a set of answers that nobody seems to have. The Auditor General flagged a contract between the University Hospital of the West Indies and a Canada firm called William Pragmatic William Pragmatic Limited. The firm was hired to produce a turnaround plan for hospital, which as we know, which as we now know, is in serious financial trouble. Here is what the Public Accounts Committee of the contract value approximately US $93,000 or 15.5 million Jamaican dollars was paid to the firm before the contract was signed, before any work was documented, before any deliverable was produced. The contract was eventually signed September 2024. The first draft of the turnaround plan arrived in February 2026, more than a year later. And when the committee members asked the hospital representatives about the firm qualification, their track record and what made them suitable for this work, the answer was we do not have that information. This money belongs to the Jamaican people. It flows through a public hospital under the Ministry of Health. Dr. Christopher Tufton is that minister. He owes the public a full explanation of how this contract was awarded, why money changed hands before a contract existed, and what accountability will follow. We are watching and we are not letting this go. We're not letting this go, Jamaica. We're not letting this go. What else here? Oh my God, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. So Williams Pragmatic Limited, that contract is, I don't know. UHWI have a lot of things to answer to. All right. Yeah, follow the money. I have to do that. Now this apart now Jamaica. Jesus, Father God help me. We're gonna be here a while. Make me sit up for this one, Jamaica. Woy, 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 woy. Woy, 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 woy. Woy, 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 woy. Woy, woy. Ballot. 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 Jamaican people. Ballot. Jamaican people. Ballot. Miss Clark says, I am qualified in the procurement and finance. What's going on in Jamaica is blatant fraud by fraudsters. Jesus. Not my word. Not my word, Jamaica. That is Miss Clark right there. From England, from London, England. Right? Well, probably not London, England, but England. And she says she's qualified in that area of procurement, and what she's hearing is fraud by fraudsters. Who the fraudsters are, I don't know, but that's what she's saying. Yes? That's why we need answers and we need clarity. As the world turns, Jamaica, as the world turns. Anyway, it says here that, where is it? My bad, my apologies. Oh, yes. Yes, UHWI built a car park. Security guards collect the cash, no proper receipt system, no way to verify all the money is being collected, but do not worry. They plan to fix it by midday. Because apparently, building a revenue collection system is something you do after the money starts to flow. A bit of sarcasm here, ladies and gentlemen. This is not funny. This government is so backward. I mean, the things happening under them is so backward. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know what I remember Mark Golding said he would do when he comes into power? A massive audit of all ministries. All ministries. Identifying the problems that are there and then fixing them. And I'm telling you, if the Jamaica Labour Party had done that and I was serious about governing this country in a professional and capable and competent way, these issues at the UHWI could never be there. Some of them, it squarely lays on the shoulder of Christopher Tufton. It's no $40 billion and no taxes paid. Isn't the TAJ in the office of the Prime Minister? Isn't the TAJ operating in, I am not sure, I'm asking, isn't the TAJ operating on the office of the Prime Minister? Anyway, factually and sharp, 65% of contracts at USWI were awarded through direct single sourcing. That means nearly 2 in every 3 contracts bypass competitive bidding entirely. Security dietary services, civil works, and no, so it bypassed competitive bidding, security, dietary services, and civil works. And they are only now going through proper cabinet approval. Yeah, after 10 years. And them still want to blame the opposition. Just give the opposition, give the opposition the country to run so you can blame them if anything goes wrong. How about that? It is so unfair and impractical for these people to blame the opposition for what is happening while they are not in government. Mighty God of Daniel. We're calling out Christopher Tufton. 60% of contracts at your hospital are awarded without open competition. A car park collecting cash with no proper accounting system. Contracts for security and food services not properly approved. How long has this been going on under your watch? Under his nose. Under his nose. Let us talk about a car park, because sometimes the small things reveal the biggest problems. This is true. The University Hospital of the West Indies has a new car park. Patients and visitors collect a ticket on entry and pay an hourly rate. When they leave, right? Fine, normal. Except right now, the security guards are the ones collecting those payments, and the system used to verify the revenue, right? So physical paper slips, manual audits, the hospital itself admitting that this system is not robust enough. Committee members noted that under this arrangement, there is no reliable way to confirm that all the money collected is actually making into the hospital's account. Anthony, how you doing? They don't know if they're getting the right amount of money they're supposed to get. And even if they're not getting the right amount of money they're supposed to get, they don't know if persons are taking that money. Imagine you're stealing from somebody 2 times. You decide that, this is what I'm not saying that this is happening. I'm saying this is the possibility. There's a possibility of this happening. Like, it's highly possible if you lock a woman and a man in a house together and they're and they can't come out, and them have food and water, anything. The possibility is that they're going to procreate. Yeah, they're going to get together. If they're heterosexuals, they're probably going to start touching each other and kissing each other. I'm just saying. That is a possibility. A high probability. A high possibility of happening. They locked up, they got food, they can't escape. They start telling each other about each other's, leaning on each other for moral support and all of that. Well, this is the same thing with the security guard now, getting the money in his hand. Imagine the security guard having child and them need money for go to school, and him don't have it. The money will make enough, you only can pay the rent and pay the water. And the security guard say, well, I'm collecting all of this money. Let me dip in the cookie jar. Him dip in the cookie jar, and then even after dipping in the cookie jar, the flat. And him carry the money now to go report say this he make. and still take some more money out of that. Because him need one bus fare for go home and pay for your lunch. Listen to me. The possibilities are endless in siphoning off the money. Because it's going in the security guard hand and nobody knows how much money is made. We're talking about a premier facility that traffic come through high amount of traffic. And you have to pay for parking. Thank you so much, Clarky. How the hell can the security be collecting the money for the car park? And them arrest the JUTC driver for pocketing fare. Thank you so much. That is an excellent point. Sir, bless big up yourself. That is an excellent point, Clarky. Them lock up the JUTC driver. See? Them lock him up, you know. Lock them up, you know. For collect bus fare, you know. Right? And I rob JUTC, you know. But you're telling me that there has been a system for years that them can't even lock up a security guard because them don't know. JUTC actually better. Them have a system so they could have find out so them get robbed. These people don't even know if they're getting robbed. Make it make sense, Jamaica. This all happening under Christopher Tufton watch. Andrew Holness. Squarely to be blamed. Mighty God. Let's continue. It says here that bypass competition, blah blah blah. Handing out contracts without process. Hold on, they look like I'm going past it, man. I will heap of points I said right down in Jamaica. I have to bear with me now. We were this is very detailed. Very, very detailed points right here. Yes, I believe it's this. Yes, right here, so. Yeah, the physical paper slips. The hospital itself admitted that the system is not robust. Committee members noted that under this arrangement, there is no reliable way to confirm that all the money collected is actually making it in the hospital's accounts. But the car park story is really just the surface. The deeper issue is this. The Auditor General found that 64% of all contracts at the UHWI were awarded through direct single sourcing. That means that the majority of the contracts for security, food services, civil works, ground maintenance, bypass, open competitive bidding, entirely, and many of these are only now being submitted for proper cabinet approval. This is a hospital that is $40 billion in tax debt, cannot account for its car park revenue, and has been handing out contracts without proper process for years. Dr. Christopher Tufton has been the Minister of Health. These failures did not happen overnight. They happened on a watch, his watch. We want accountability, we want answers, and we will keep asking until we get them. What's up, Febby? Bless up yourself. Bless up yourself, Febby. Cheese and peas and wheeze and $40 billion, Jamaica. I love this. I have to forward this to myself. I think I'm gonna continue to come back to those points. Those points are excellent points. Let's go to some of the video, the audio, ladies and gentlemen. Do I have the permission to segue a little bit into this, the roof program thing? Just give me a second, Jamaica. Listen to this.
Why one benefit per household? Suppose I've lost. Why one benefit per household? Suppose I've lost everything. Well, let me tell you why. Because you have, remember, 113,234 households assessed. It's a lot of people to help. Sorry, 113, my item bad. What is wrong with you? Go again. 565. Let me teleport over to you a second. 113,565 real-time updates. So you tell me my own is okay. This phone is on Finland settings, and my apologies. I'm gonna fix it. Why one benefit per household? Suppose I've lost everything. Well, let me tell you why. Because you have, remember, 113,234 households assessed. It's a lot of people to help. Sorry, 113, you know my item bad. What is wrong with you? Go again. 565. Let me teleport over to you a second. 113,565 real-time updates. So you tell me my own is okay. This phone is on Finland settings.
Yo, the man have the audacity for a boast about him go up on vacation while the Jamaican people them suffering, you know. All the issues that the People's National Party mentioned yesterday in the press conference. This man is out here. No, this is Colonel Charles Jr. Oh, I know the UK doesn't play when it comes to politician. You guys don't play for run them way. I really wish that you know, I really wish that Jamaica would follow suit. I really do. I really wish that we were that serious. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, let me play another clip.
You will not receive a benefit. We have said it before, but let me say it again. Not all persons who are assessed will receive a grant under roofs or under the shelter recovery program. Again, another point of contention that must be clarified. You will not receive a benefit. We have said it before, but let me say it again. Not all persons who are assessed will receive a grant under roofs or under the shelter recovery program. Again, another.
Jamaica, want to hear that? They are assessing people that they are not going to help. Wow. The government is assessing people that they are not going to help. Did they even mention this before? Gail, how you doing? Celine, they are assessing people. Cookie, big up. They are assessing people that they are not going to help. You know, sir, let me come on for this cause this I get me get mad, you know. Yeah, I don't want.
Why?
Yeah, me no.
I better Jeff.
See me I start stammer there already. How about this?
I better Jeffrey did actually have a license track on him because according to the news report, this worse. 15 on him, according to the allegations, are about 15, according to Jeffrey. Rush one man. And the 15 on him. Matter of fact, the way I shame for him, me I broke it down. 10 on him. Rush one man. And a one man in the crowd have a strap. I make the one man take away a strap from the 10 on him and put on shot fire. One of the worst embarrassment. But I never want that to happen to me. It's for me lose my weapon, whatever it is. A man take away my weapon and cut me shame. Much less take away my gun and shoot me. You're mad. Me that run him down and beg him to kill me. You're mad? Finish your job, bro. Me a waste man. Something not add up in that story, you know. Something not add up. That's what I better Jeffrey did.
Yo! Yo, big up Twins and Twins, yeah, man. Yo, brother. Yo, I needed that break. What you say, Raytown? Where Raytown say? Raytown's on the reading post. To get their information. What you say, Raytown? So, them do the assessment to get the people them information. You know you're right. To backside. He's a smart individual, you know. Only hear what Raytown say? Raytown say. And Raytown where she name? Suck they come from. Miss Rosalie Hamilton for your constituency. Zine? No. That sound accurate. Miss Birdie, what's up? That sound very accurate, Jamaica. What a thing. What a day when war becomes a thing of the past and peace. We will have it at last in life. Oh yes, thank God. We can't turn on my computer and use it now because hold on there. I want to go on there so. This is one next banger. Dre Bryan have them, you know. Hey. Dre Bryan has some clip we never see yet. It look like when I consummate in them. When this happen? Let me see if I can get this thing here for work, yeah, man. I don't know why the box decides say it gonna stop work now. Alright, it's at work now. Thank God. Thank God it's working. See it, huh?
And the thing still missing in the brown zone market. Every month in commercial, we complain about the same thing over and over and over. Every month, no fixing. No the sun come, we try to get the sun. You know about this problem long before I did nothing. Councillor for the Brownstown Division, Kim Brown Lawrence, fired back, placing blame squarely on poor maintenance. The drains need to be clean from top to bottom. The market is not being maintained. The market hardly wash, much less the drains are being cleaned. That's why we keep having recurring problems. Councillor for the Dry Harbour Division, Carlton Ricketts, slamming his desk in visible frustration, painted a picture of neglect, decay, and indignity to vendors. When you go in there, you see the cobweb. Up until now, there are missing things from hurricane. And we have been riding that. Go and come, and you want to tell me 5 God Almighty months? And the things still missing in the Brownstown market. Back in Brownstown, vendors cope by rigging tarpaulins inside the market or wading through filthy water during downpours. But Councillor Brown Lawrence says the warning signs were there long before the latest flooding. Every month in commercial, we complain about the same thing over and over and over. Every month, no fixing, no the sun come. We try to blame the sun. You know about this problem long before I did nothing.
Jamaica, let me put into perspective what is happening here. Kim Brown Lawrence versus Crystal Lee. Remember say Kim Brown Lawrence are right, you know? Remember say she in a part of rural situation where they are caught. Yeah. She a part of that. Yeah. Her name is in it. Right? And Crystal, the people must say, the same labor that say, oh, you can't blame the storm. Poor representation. No, I don't understand how Gabby now win that seat there. Northwest Center. I don't understand how Gabriela Morris lost. That's the one I see them then when I feel like they need to investigate. Straight up and down. I don't understand how that happened. Make it make sense, bro. If you were watching and you were on the ground for that situation, right? Make it make sense how Gabriela Morris lose at the seat there. Where people them know, want to take money? Want to take money and vote against Gabriela? Because I don't see nothing else. I am not seeing performance from Crystal Lee. Chill, what's up, my brother? Chill, what you waiting on to become a member of the platform, man? All of my day ones need to be a member of the platform, bro. All of my day ones. But blessings, good to see you, bro. So I don't understand how the labor rights, Jamaica Labour Party, the ruling government, is fighting each other on every level. Don't you guys see it? Every level. Man, this is something else, bro. But anyway, going back to the UHWI. We can't just, I haven't even played those videos yet. So let me go to them. Thank you kindly. So this one is the TCC. Listen to this.
It's quite interesting, Chairman, when you consider that utilizing the tax compliance certificate of the private wing. It's quite interesting, Chairman, when you consider that Uhwi was utilizing the tax.
Hold up, wait a minute. Shout out to my brother Chill. Okay. Shout out to my brother Chill. Becoming an honorable member of the platform. Shout out to my brother Chill. Big up yourself, my brother. Jada says, if I remember what? Jada, I'm gonna make you a moderator because I don't know why them a block your comments them, you don't say nothing. You don't say anything that's untoward. Bolo, do you remember the first time Miss Lee went down the market, them run her out? Oh yes, and I believe Andrew was there as well. Literally security carry her back to her vehicle. I remember that. She went back with the PM and it was all smile. Oh, she went back with the Prime Minister and it was all smiles. Man, listen, I don't know what's going on with that. But Ronnie said the $18 billion would run the country without any new taxes. Yes, Ronnie, it is so egregious that UHWI, one entity that is funded by the government, by the way, it's what, 58% of the funding to the UHWI comes from our tax dollars. 58%, and you owe us $40 billion in taxes. Any company that is being run by the government must not owe taxes. That is partially being run by the government should not owe no. They should be the most tax compliant government ever. You benefit from our taxes. Selvanev, my honorable member of the platform, big up yourself, my brother. They were complaining about Crystal Lee. It was really strange how Gabriela lost. I'm telling you. Let's continue with the TCC.
Hospital. For a number of years it appears.
Yes.
In fact, many of the items that were brought in using the...
What do you mean by video cannot be played? What? What is happening? Hold up, y'all. Something going on right here. Something happening right here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so should be able to play now.
It's quite interesting.
Quite interesting.
Man, when you consider that Uhwi was utilizing the tax compliance certificate of the private wing of the hospital. For a number of years it appears. In fact, many of the items that were brought in using the tax exemption status were resold to UAE. And I'm now wondering, and I don't know if I can get some clarity, whether or not it was the absence of that tax compliance certificate, right? And the fact that you couldn't get it in through UAE's TCC, the private things, TCC, that you had to go this route. And it just shows how dangerous it is when you have entities in Jamaica, you have a lot of private persons who now are dragged before the court because them who are a little bit of tax compared to you.
Wait a minute.
And we're sitting here talking about $40 billion in taxes.
Wait a minute. Shout out to Phoenix Rising in the building. How you doing, sweetheart? What's going on, baby? What's up?
As if it is nothing. So, was it the absence of this tax compliance certificate? Remember, don't do that. Have respect, man. Don't do that. And it's a very important question. Because now, hearing that there was no TCC, it causes me to wonder if this is a loophole or a lacuna that was employed by UAE to import items, and now when these individuals and their companies are called into question, they're being thrown underneath the bus. So, is it a case where because of the absence of the TCC, UAE engaged these companies, and then that would explain why you had a buyback at 10 times at what they was imported? And it is documented here, so remember you need to consult the findings. So there was a buyback of crockery, remember? And you have 4 companies, not just one, and we don't know whether or not any of the other 4 have anything to do with members in this house.
Yes.
I don't know why we're zoning in on one. And the one in question of the 4 did not make any attempt, and you can confirm, to sell back anything to UAE.
Yo, me say, big up Mr. Cousins. Because we have to beat this point woman now. Zine, I think it is supremely hypocritical of any of the Jamaica Labour Party members that is in the PAC meeting to try to attempt to come at Jack then, showing their clear bias of having no interest in real accountability, just to attack Jack then because it's a PMP member of parliament, own Jack then, run Jack then. Zane, because when you look at all the other contracts, Mr. Lowton Cousin make a great point. They don't have a TCC, a tax compliance certificate, the UHWI. Could it be that because they didn't have it for years, they said, listen, we're going to use these entities to buy stuff? Could it be that was the agreement, ladies and gentlemen? So right now, we're going regular date. Right now, I cannot even attack any of the companies. I cannot even look at any of the companies in any funny way because of this new development coming out of the PAC meeting. How can I? Because of the point that Mr. Cousins just make a while ago. 2 things we have to consider. 1, the UHWI owe $40 billion worth in taxes. 2, they don't have a TCC, a tax compliance certificate. So now they cannot order anything because of that. So is it possible that they used other companies to order things for them because they didn't have a tax compliance certificate? Jamaica, that is a very good question. And we have to take a step back now and say, wait a minute. Did the companies do anything wrong? Did Jack then do anything wrong? Did the other companies do anything wrong? Because if it is indeed true That is the reason why the UHII decided that they are going to use these other companies to purchase stuff. Well, that means they're operating in such a way that, are just free for all type of vibe. Zine, and Jack then is a partner of the UHII. It is confirmed in the PAC meeting yesterday. Some of the things that Jack then do in terms of services for the UHII. All right, so this person, obviously. How are you still here? Somebody say I'm justified. Oh, the reason why you're still there because you never really sent nothing out of the way. Somebody did lawyer. You're labor, right? All right. You can't. That's your opinion. You can't say anything. But that opinion is foolish. This is what you call ventilating all the facts surrounding the UHII. It doesn't fit your narrative, so you are upset. You understand? No, you mean the man accept fault because the man is a man of integrity. The man is saying, we were not aware that we broke any law. And okay, if we did, may I pay the money? That's what Jack then said. You understand? Who that? Sydney? Sydney, you have to give me some time for flow today, because I have a whole person for cover. I never even let up nobody. What are you? Right? I be in a WhatsApp. So, that are the first thing. Those are things to consider. Is it possible that those companies really was helping out the UHII and them come to some type of agreement? And that's why them buy back the stuff them from them, because the UHII really is the one that wanted the stuff. Imagine this company the big old UHII don't have a TCC, a tax compliance certificate, and persons want to act as if this is not something that is significant, new information to ponder. We're not here justifying anything. We're asking critical questions. Boss Lady Sue, how you doing? We're asking critical questions. Sydney, how you doing? Sydney. Sydney not talk to me. Sydney mute up. Nerida, I know say you don't want to come up here accident, I know say you don't want to come up here. You must press the join button by accident. Let me go to the next clip.
So, Mr. Hosting, you're saying you'll provide for us a breakdown of the outstanding taxes in terms of what employees have remitted, not paid over, but you're categorically stating that no person has been denied a benefit because of the outstanding amounts.
Yes, Mr. Chair, based on the information I've received, none has been denied a benefit.
Okay. And you will, if you could provide for us, you said 18 billion is a substantive amount.
Approximately.
And interest and penalties would carry it up to 40. Are there discussions with the TAJ about whether writing off interest and penalties and moving to some kind of payment plan to settle the substantive amount?
We're going to be approaching the ministry and then from there to the Ministry of Finance, because we have sought guidance from TAJ and they say this is something we'd have to speak to the Ministry of Finance about.
Has that been done, or has there been formal correspondence with the Ministry?
Not as yet. This was recent, and we will be speaking first to our ministry, and then the ministry and ourselves will then approach Ministry of Finance.
And the temporary, so you have always operated with what you call a temporary TCC. Is that correct?
No, Mr. Chair. We were, as an entity, using the TCC as is in the Auditor General's report of the University Hospital private wing, and since January of this year.
Last summer, Bono no knows. What's up, my Bono? No, it's been a long time. It's been too long. How are you doing? How's the family? Wagwan, Sydney.
Yeah, Bolo, yeah, man.
Yes, General.
All right. When me I say it's Bolo.
Yes, sir.
I have to wonder, say, some people who say them a PMP, you know, I have to really, and that me talk about every day, I have to really wonder, you know, because if you depend on, how can me, you depend on a program? And when we realize that you're right program and we depend on you come up. And I beat them, say the minister, know about no fighting them, brother, know about it, we can extend into tough and final. And you come up and say, boy, other PMP, you come up and say, boy, the minister no know nothing about that all. And a day-to-day run that the minister no know nothing about that. Just like water down my heart when people live right there. What you feel? What you feel, brother?
But listen, all right, let us be fair. Nobody no know what the minister know, but the minister. But we can safely assume, anybody in their right mind can safely assume. Say Tufton know about a lot of the things that's going on because I years it happen for, and him a the minister for 10 years now. So nobody, it's not a good argument for somebody come against you if you say, brother, the man never know. They can't definitively say him never know nothing. It is more in the realm of that he knows something or he knows everything. As a matter of fact, the board member, the Fitzgerald Mitchell, I input him there. And him have 8 other persons as a part of the board. That is input him there. So what I know? They want to tell us that Christopher Tufton put 8 persons in a position and they are not reporting back to him. That's how they want to believe. Come on, man. Like, Virgin, joke thing, brother. Joke thing. Yeah, but what I know, that is going to come out in the next PAC meeting because Mr. Chai Chung is going to be there. The former, I think he's what? Chairman? The former chairman. Chai Chung. No, he's the former chairman. And the former CEO, Mr. Allen, and also the present CEO, Fitzgerald Mitchell, will be there. Well, I don't know about Fitzgerald Mitchell, but I'm sure Chai Chung is going to be there. Why?
Me reach a point, reach and back up the man, you know, because I call Loes now. I'm back him up now. And I tell him, say, yo, all right, you remember Azan, I don't know, you know, Azan never collect no money.
Yes.
This prime minister, when the mother politician, get up, pass him now, sit down
in I see him parliament with him, yep.
Azan have a step where one side before the ease off and clear himself before he come back.
Yes.
So I say, what about this man? What you mean, say the man don't know nothing? Yeah, all right. We reach to a stage that the car parking now. No, you want to come tell me say something like that collect money for the government, you know, and yourself. You can't make a security guard that collect money come to you. You don't know say I'm going to take 3/4 and give you 1/4.
Brother, whether it was a security guard, what's up, Jamie? Whether it was a security guard or a cashier, you send a cashier to collect money and them don't have a cash register with receipts coming out of it. Or nothing at all to track the money to make sure say the amount of person coming in is the amount of person with them collect for and the amount of money we actually get. No checks and balance. Them can just rob up the money. Come on, man.
So the 8 person at the board don't know about it. And if they know about it, Tufton must know about it too.
And then look, didn't they spend money to build the car park?
Of course.
So wouldn't you want to have an efficient system to maximize getting back the money that you use for the car park?
Good point that you bring in, brother. Good point. The government money or tax their money in the car park. Right?
Madness.
Because you have one thing now where you put grass there, you stop the vehicle then.
Of course.
And then you collect and you let government money buy, tax their money by it. So Tufton must know about that.
Brother, on a 1970 this, you know, at 2026, you know, look around the world. Can you imagine a government that wants us to go fully digital, but we have these issues? Joke thing, brother. Joke thing.
Look at Mr. Garden, I know government money, Mr. Garden, I collect, you know. And the man say he day to day running, you know, really know about that. He might be doing my work, but at the box stop at him, say, I take full responsibility for that. Mr. Garden say that.
Jody make a good point. Jody make a good point. Jody say, this is the same thing happening at JUTC. That's why there is so much loss. Mighty God. Mighty God.
And you come now can water down my argument now. I can water down my argument now with the labor that them a laugh like say me a fool. But you mean say Tufton don't know about them something. They don't the board member have to report back to Tufton too. And Tufton must hear about that. Because he must drive.
Brother, listen to me. There's no escape of accountability for Christopher Tufton. If he comes to us and says he doesn't know, it means he's incompetent and he needs to resign. If he comes to us and admits that he knows, that means set him to resign because he allowed these things to happen. There is no excuses. No excuses, brother. This is incompetence. Paulette, how you doing? Crazy. Crazy. But let me play the audio. Hold on.
Here, we have been importing items through the Ministry of Health. We recently received a temporary TCC because of the nature of our business and the urgency in terms of
breaks. Jamaica, how is the UHWI importing items through the Ministry of Health? Christopher Tufton must know about that. Christopher Tufton must aware. I may ask Christopher Tufton, were you aware that the UHWI was importing things through the Ministry of Health? Were you aware of that, Christopher Tufton? Please come tell me now. Let's continue.
Of the medicines and so on that we need to import into the island, and the speed at which we need to get it in.
So how long has the hospital been operating without its own TCC?
I don't have a date, Mr. Chair, but it has been for a long time.
Could there are persons behind you who should be able to assist us with that question?
The persons are here, but they too don't have the information as to when was the last time we had a TCC, and but it has been several years.
So, so let me understand. Without a TCC, does that prevent the university hospital, for example, for importing items on its own behalf?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So would that give rise to the use of the tax-exempt status to be provided to third-party companies to import items on behalf of the university hospital?
My apologies, Mr. Chairman. I was a little distracted by some...
Members, please.
But if you can repeat your question...
The JLP, them over there try to intimidate the man.
Question is, without a TCC, can the University Hospital of the West Indies import items on its own behalf?
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so it is very important to find out how long the university has been operating without the TCC. And my follow-up question is, given that you are unable to import items on your own behalf, would that give rise to the use of the tax-exempt status being provided to third-party companies to bring items in on behalf of the university hospital?
No, it should not.
It should not.
Under no circumstances.
Oh.
So it should not. Thank you so much, Chantel, for the friendship necklace. I didn't even see it. Send more next one. I want to say it. But when I say Jamaica, it should not happen, but it happened. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it that it happened? It goes back to the board. It goes back to the CEO. It goes back to the chairman. It goes back to them because it could not have been done without them. Jack then couldn't go and give themselves this what you call it, this tax exemption. He couldn't do it. The other companies them couldn't do it neither. It goes back to them. And the fundamental thing enough people need to understand, this goes to the UHWI and also Christopher Tufton, the Ministry of Health. Because you hear the man say a while ago, so they have this temporary TCC and they had been, using the Ministry of Health to import stuff. Jada says the Ministry of Health in Jamaica can import goods duty-free and generally enjoy tax exemptions, including GCT on essential medical supplies and equipment. It look like a copy and paste that. Thank you so much for that information. How comes the UHWI owe $40 billion in taxes and I can't owe 1 cent? Egla Fletcher, listen to me. That is a damn good question. That is a damn good question. But there's more of the audio. Hold on.
Should the hospital use its tax exemption certificate to import items for any party, third party, even another ministry or anything? It must only be solely based on the requirement. It is supposed to be only for the use of the hospital and items purchased by the hospital.
All right. How long has the hospital?
No, what is someone that not really realize, you know? The hospital couldn't purchase the item then. So the purchase went through those companies. It appears that that's what happened, and then they give them the tax exemption. I'm basically buy it from them. Because of them did really want to buy it. And that it's so like, you know. Wesley Bailey, my number is 876-451-6535. WhatsApp me. Hold on. Hold it out. We only have about 30 seconds left. Hold on.
Using the TCC of the private wing of the UHWI for?
As I said, Mr. Chair, I'm unable to say how long. It has been several years. And I can get that date for you.
Yes, that's important.
And I can also, and as I said, I will do that.
Okay. Member Cuthbert Friend and Member Brown.
Yes, Mr. Jenna, what you say now?
Yes, even if Mr. Garden pay back that $10 million, he would need no problem because you're doing business and you ask when you again what you ask for, when get pay back.
Yeah, I have to pay some money, customs.
Yeah, you ask for that, you know. You legally have a right to ask for it, whether they give you or not give you, you know. So no point to learn that. You are doing business with the government and you are coming with the things then. And you can ask for that, you know. I don't know, that is no wrong to ask for it, you know. Them can take your flat, say no, and them can give you.
Hi, Carla. Yeah, man. Hi, Jennifer.
Me say you have to have a code and all and something if you get you out of the machine and all and something. This guy don't know about that. He call up them and we meet them and then get it. Right? So you can't even a right to ask for it. I don't know what to do.
But here we go on. Dennis Gordon was not directly involved in the decision making in regards to the situation, you know. It's his staff, but he is the owner and he does take responsibility for it. If you let me say, whether the staff are the best intentions or not, this is now in front of the court. And you see what I say? Where I say, bro? Yes.
And that is manly thing. That is man.
Yeah. But what people are silent about is the silence of the other companies. That's what people are silent about. The silence of the other companies.
Your next one I know, what them fit talk about now. Oh no, Bolo. I want to come tell me say.
All right, thank you. All right, I want.
Yeah. You pay $15 million for your contract, and I know the contractor said that you pay that the money.
Yeah, the US 93,000, and you only get that you get a draft report. I know the report, brother. 2 years after you get a draft, a waste of money that, you know. And worse, they don't even know if the company is qualified to do the job that they paid them for. Yo, and you owe we 18 billion in a taxes, 40 billion with interest and penalties. You know what was telling in the meeting yesterday? What was telling is Hero Clark was so upset that Jack didn't pay the money. That's what I got from it. Hey Mimi. What's up, Mimi? Hi Mimi. Yeah.
Because you know why? You have a right to ask me.
Carlos, what you say?
You have a right to ask me whether I get it or not. Right? And if you never get it, you wouldn't clear the things then. So you have a right to ask me.
Yeah, definitely.
Look how much people ask for that and get it.
Definitely.
That's how that make up the $40 billion. So I make no.
Michelle.
I compare with $110 million. I'm sure no say in a weekly business, they give you more than $10 million when you could have collected more people.
Yeah.
No people don't use all the machine and don't have a cent and they make them use it. When you know what it is, is machine. When you know what it is.
Yo, may I tell you, bro? All right. I also heard one of the JLP members them asking. What she knew? I don't remember her name, and I'm not interested either. She asked that if Jack then is getting persons from UHWI, and the man said he was not aware of it. No, me really want to question the answer now, right? In the next meeting, because we just want the truth, and I don't believe that Mr. Dennis Garden is lying about that. Why would he? Getting references from the UHWI. There is a real, there's a real problem where access to dialysis treatment is concerned in Jamaica. You feel what I say? So, but I'm glad that she asked it because them are try to dissect Dennis Garden thing 100%, and I'm glad they're doing that. Because the truth is the truth, I want the truth. You see, when it comes to the other companies, I will be watching them to see if they go at that with the same veracity that they are with this one. You understand? Yes.
When the man give me free, when you could have without a cent, and the man look for you and say, but me can't say no, Mr. Man, because he can't reach the yard before he analyze.
Hold on the Sydney. Carlos, you say they are work. Where you say go on?
Me say you mash up my thing because if me hire you if you run my show, and when me hire you run my show, you can tell me how my business go. What makes sense in it?
That is true. That is true. That is true. It's simple as that. It's very simple.
Why,
Hi, Brenda.
Why tough time? Look here, Bobby man to go do shit. In the shit with the almost car and they run him when not true. So why we can't fire tough time?
Well, you see, that is a question that will be left unanswered, you know. Because we only can speculate. You know what I believe? I believe that man have some secret for Andrew, you know. That's what I believe. In that not necessarily makes sense. That is what I believe. Because tough time at the same what I know. Tough time at the same man so we say him want a leader when I have no problem with bright people. So from them time them Andrew have problem. Not true. Because I never did support Andrew. So what is it now? Why all of these things happen? You know how much babies died in June in where the hospital name again? Jubilee Hospital? Jubilee Hospital. 25 babies died in 25 days. And the man is still in office. He has not been removed. When you look at Floyd Green, no movement there. Andrew Jones was so adamant about the C-19 rules, and people were charged hundreds of thousands of dollars, and Floyd Green was never charged. The DPP never chose to charge him neither. You understand what I deal with? All of these things, Jamaica. When you look at the individuals them in the Jamaica Labour Party that did wrong, Andrew Jones reward them, he not punish them.
So my question is, everybody in Jamaica have a business, they get a manager. And when the business go wrong, you call the manager, and you might talk to him one time, and it go wrong again. You won't call him again?
No, man, you have to go, man. That now you deal with incompetence. Now you show me say you can't do your job. You can't do your job, or you refuse to do it the right way. Either way, you have to go.
So, hold I keep you? Why may I keep you?
No, it don't make no sense. But we're gonna move on to the next. We're gonna move on to the next audio.
One on the Bolo, before you move the Bolo, the same question what the gentleman asked. Me
Yeah.
want to put in my verse at the night.
Yes, sir.
Remember last year before the election, before the poll come out, it was Andrew Holness, Christopher Tufton, and the third was Fried Green, but Fried Green is around 20 and 30 points behind, you know. So if anything should have happened to Andrew right, you know, and Tufton what did they must see no chance, none at all, because the rest of them can't go up with no PMP at all.
What I understand.
Can't go up with no PMP.
No man, what I understand within the Jamaica Labour Party, you know, the PSOJ. I have heard that the PSOJ have them back behind Tufton in anything, if you know. But there's also an argument coming out now that some alleged type of reform is happening where they might look for have the first female leader of the JLP. Dre Bryan, Mr. come out with it yesterday, and I'm like, whoa. Him say him get some information from some sources. Dre Bryan say him get some information from some sources. Say them a try for. I think it's Audrey Marks, the name that came up. I'm not sure if that is true, but that is some alleged reports. But we shall see how it goes now, because a whole heap of people are gonna get locked up in a brother, and a whole heap of people are forced to resign, you know. And them know what is coming. They know what is coming. So it appears as if they are preparing themselves for certain eventualities. You see what I'm saying?
Because one said, when you're the gentleman said, it's on the right pan that too. And the next part of it, if Andrew can do nothing tomorrow morning, a Tufton it up right, you have the Tufton and ear apparent right, you know.
Yeah, because
the gap between Tufton and anybody else, you look on the 20 to 40 points.
yeah, because the deputy prime minister, whatever I want him, Horace Chang, him can't run the country.
Yes.
Sleepy can't run the country, brother. Keep it honestly, I deal with. Anyway, may we move on, gentlemen. Mute to the mic. Yeah, man, respect. All right, later, Carlos. Respect.
I want to come back to procurement, and there is a particular contract that I would like some information on. The university employed 2 consultants, one to do, I believe, a strategic plan, and another consulting firm. The name of the firm is William Pragmatic Limited.
Hey!
Can you indicate who the principals of this company are, what their experience in the field of whether it's strategic planning, operational plan, etc., their track record in providing the kind of services, and whether it is a local company or overseas company?
William Pragmatic is an entity out of Canada. And the agreement, as I shared the last time, was found and shared with the Auditor General's Department. And the payments, as I shared, is $90,000, approximately $90,000.
Who are the principals, and what are the what's the experience of this company in providing the services that they were contracted for? Now, Mr. Hosting, the reason I'm raising this, 50% of a sum was paid, $98,000, about 15.5 million Jamaican dollars. No work was done for about 18 months. There was no engagement with the university hospital. The Auditor General goes in, and after the Auditor General goes in, a draft report is provided, a contract is signed after the fact, when monies were paid 18 months ago. So you understand why that would raise many red flags. So I want to know the basis on which this company was engaged. They must have had some bona fides in terms of the experience that they have in this area for them to be engaged in this type of activity.
Yes.
You not done yet. Hold
The
on, make it flow.
principal is Mr. Winston Butler and Odine Williams.
Winston Butler, Odine Williams come to the front of the class. Me never knew. Hold on, me never get their name here. Winston Butler, Odine Williams. Wait, me play that back. I never know. Wanna write that down, students. Students, wanna write that down. Listen to this. The owner for the company, wanna listen to this. We get the contract. Listen to the name them. Listen to the name them. Hold on there, play.
Principal is Mr. Winston Butler and Odine Williams.
Winston Butler, Odine Williams out of Canada. Wanna come to the front of the class. I think we need to know if you join the PAC meeting virtually, you know. Yes, man, I would love to understand what is going on. Why is it that after the Auditor General did a report, that is when this draft report came? I only received 93,000 US dollars. Who no connected with in the government, if any? Who have family in Jamaica? Who know the Prime Minister or something? Where you go? Who know Christopher Tufton? We really want to know. How it go? What really go on? Because this no make no sense. If somebody could have just give me $93,000 right now, and 18 months after, don't ask me for nothing. Not ask me nothing about the report and nothing. Listen me. You know how much money we can make in 18 months with the $93,000? Buy some, invest in some Bitcoin, and some CRDs, and invest in some other thing, and generate the $93,000 in some investment for the next 2 years. If you ask me back for the money, me give you back the 93,000, and me done make more than the $93,000 already. Talk to me nice. How is it possible, Jamaica? How is it possible that this happened under the UHWI? Who is responsible? Let's continue.
And what is their experience in this type of activity, whether it's strategic planning, turnaround management? What do they bring to the table that would have allowed the university hospital to engage them in the first place?
Yes.
I don't have that information with me,
Mighty
Mr. Chair,
God.
but we can do an investigation.
The man say now have information with him, but he can do an investigation.
But if they were engaged, and again, you may be limited, but the university hospital must know. I mean, you don't randomly go there and just engage a consulting company without determining whether they have the experience to do the job or not. And
no, Julian, you're wrong about that. Suppose that exactly what they do.
the reason it raises a red flag is nothing was done before the Auditor General's report. No engagement, no workshop, no nothing. And then as soon as the Auditor General's report is done, a draft report comes in, and then a contract is signed almost 18 months after you pay this company $15.5 million. I can only...
Them not have no contract with the company, no? Them pay them, just pay them 93,000 US dollar. Mighty God.
Conclude that there was never any attempt to do anything.
Anything.
Can I just answer that?
Yes.
Yes.
Just to note that the work and the correspondence between the hospital and William Pragmatic was ongoing. No report, the draft report, yes, was received after the Auditor General's report, but work was taking place in terms of communication and information gathering. Also, just to let you know,
what were the deliverables that were, when you make a deposit, you would indicate to the consulting firm that in 2 months we expect deliverable A, deliverable B, deliverable C.
They were
what
late.
Was that?
They were late in delivering. They were late in delivering, but there is also a problem on the hospital side that did not provide them with certain information that they required. Also,
mighty God, so you are telling me, say, it goes back to the UHWI again? Them is to be blamed? What the hell is going on? So, you have to give them the money and you don't have the information to give the people and you don't give them in a timely manner. So, you go back to what Mr. Lowton cousin said. It look like the UHWI are the main problem, brother. The board, the CEO, all of them people in a managerial position, it look like them are the problem, brother. Me never not like this in my life to blow us and screw. Me never hear nothing like this in my life. Hold on there. Hold it there, Sydney. Remember just play hold it there.
Also to note, Mr. Chairman,
What
the
was the
contract,
information?
just a thing, Mr. Chairman, the contract was not signed after the Auditor General report or even, it was signed before. It was, as I shared at the last meeting, it was signed after the monies were paid. That much as I shared before, but it was signed before the Auditor General's report.
All right, well, help me. Can you tell me when was the deposit paid to the company? And then when was the contract signed? And when was the first deliverable provided to the university hospital?
It was signed on the 29th of September 2024.
The contract was signed?
Yes.
When was the payment made?
The payment was made before that, but I can get the exact date for you.
And when was the first deliverable received?
In February of this year.
Okay, so signed September 2024.
Signed in 2024, yes.
Payment would have been made prior to September 2024, and first deliverable was February, almost a month ago, 2026.
Yes.
And you don't consider that unusual?
I would say, Mr. Chairman, that different person may consider that depends on the agreement and what was agreed.
You saw money I walk back way and a slide sideways at the same time.
Sideways like crab.
You might walk back patty shop business, Jada. Patty shop business.
Or you pay man on contract. Contract no sign, but you pay me. You pay me on contract no sign. So when me say me not get no money now, what you can't tell me? Say, when me say me not get no money now, when the contract will move back, what say you pay me?
Very good point. Very good point. Very good point. Very good point. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Very good point.
You want to see the black and white, brother? That you want to see the black and white? You can't come with word about. You want to see where is the black and white? You know have it. Come out of the courthouse, man. Come on, they lock you up. Because you tell life on the mass.
Come on. Nice to see you.
Sorry about that. Mighty God. Brother, common sense is one of the best thing you can have. You understand? And if you're humble and if you're willing to peruse and ask the right question, you can uncover almost any mystery. Listen me. Me not say tough than know. Me not say tough than know about everything. Me not gonna say that. But brother, the level at which this thing pile up and it stink. Tufton knows enough to have he knows enough to have taken some type of action, I believe. You feel me I deal with? Yeah.
It go right back to him. It go right back. Just like when you change the board and put in for your board. And it worse. So what you think with people over say? What you think with me say no Tufton?
Yeah,
Tufton we step aside now and make the thing them investigate. So long as you have money the water, you have to come out now and make it investigate, brother. So long as you can investigate good.
Yeah, alright. So look what Mr. Dennis Garden do. Film company name. If you notice him come out of the PAC board, he come out of it.
Yes.
Right? So that is the right thing to do. But tough time there, see me.
And a government thing, a feeling private thing that and a government money.
Yeah.
And he has the exemption and he have a right to ask that nobody can stop him from ask for that. Either he get it or not get it. So
Orient Burchell said legal binding agreement enforceable by contract law. So we say it is not strange for a government, almost a 58% funded government entity, to engage in a contract with an overseas company verbally and pay them money without any receipt and any work done. That is normal. 93,000 US dollar. No. Hold on, man. Me ask the question because I am no lawyer. So me ask the question. But I like Orion to explain that to me. If that is where is that a standard procedure? Where I say general, where I deal with? Everything good?
Yeah, man, I tune in when I go and listen to this thing, but you know, when I see that beat and teach at the same time, you know what I mean? But when I do point I make a while ago, they say, let me in because we want to give a 1-2 for the two, you see? Because the part them ask the man, hey, could you give back that clip there again? The part when ask him about the company, bring that clip there again.
All right, thank you. All right, I want to come back to procurement, and there is a particular contract that I would like some information on. The university employs two consultants, one to do, I believe, a strategic plan and another consulting firm. The name of the firm is William Pragmatic Limited. Can you indicate who the principals of this company are, what their experience in the field of bona fides in terms of no work was done for about 18 months. There was no engagement with the university hospital. The Auditor General goes in, and after the Auditor General goes in, a draft report is provided, a contract is signed after the fact, when monies were paid 18 months ago. So you understand why that would raise many red flags. So I want to know the basis on which this company was engaged. They must have had some bona fides in terms of the experience that they have in this area for them to be engaged in this type of activity.
The principal is Mr. Winston Butler and Odin Williams.
And what is their experience in this type of activity, whether it's strategic planning, turnaround management? What do they bring to the table that would have allowed the university hospital to engage them in the first place?
I don't have that information with me, Mr. Chair, but we can do an investigation.
But if they were engaged, and again, you may be limited, but the university hospital must know. I mean,
Right there, sir. Right there, sir. Imagine a company as Uhwi having another entity that is here in Canada, in Uhwi, doing business with Uhwi, and they don't know the full whereabouts of this person that is taking part in the company. Because you can bet these people hold money in Jamaica. They are working in our behalf.
Well, we never get that from Wema says still. Wema says that these people are the people who own the company. But he must say...
They're in Uhwi.
No.
They have shares of them are part of the things that working for Uhwi at the same time.
Oh, the same company?
Yes.
We never get that part. We never get that part there. Hold on, I play it back. Orion, what you say now about the legal binding? So?
No, man, it's a contract. Contract because government procurement and all of that have to deal with contract, right? You have to make the contractor have a certain amount of money in an account so you can able to in case of no damage to the contract, the job while in Madrid, you can able to reimburse or whatever, right? So the contract have to sign before any that's the first thing to do. The contract is the first thing to do. You sign the contract.
Oh, so you agree with me because the contract never signed first?
Yeah, have to.
No contract never signed first. Contract signed after the money give. And that's the problem. And that we are talking about, we are saying, oh, is that possible? You understand? You see, that's why I go think, say, me ask a question, because I say, wait, I say, me not understand. That's why I ask you to come back in the clarity. That's why I tell Sydney, say, be easy, you know, because Sydney, easy. Easy, Sydney. Yo, Sydney ready for play. Yeah. If they decide a contract. Yeah. Mm. Yes. Yes. But me, since we get that straight, let me play this back. I can more understand when Bridget is saying, so hold on.
50% of a sum was paid, 98,000 US dollars, about 15.5 million Jamaican dollars. No work was done for about 18 months. There was no engagement with the university hospital. The Auditor General goes in, and after the Auditor General goes in, a draft report is provided, a contract is signed after the fact, when monies were paid 18 months ago. So you understand why that would raise many red flags. So I want to know the basis on which this company was engaged. They must have had some bona fides in terms of the experience that they have in this area for them to be engaged in this type of activity.
First place, why that money was paid, that's $98,000 was paid in the first place with this company. For what reason? US dollars like that.
So what you say your question? So what you say your question whether or not them have some type of link to the USWI?
Of course it is.
Oh, that's what you me understand what your question now, because I say me never hear that. Me hear what you're saying, but me never hear them say them actually have a link to them. So yeah, it's a good question that because I unaware that make no sense they engage them that way there. And no contract no sign. You know, I must somebody where they know good. But even what's an Orient, even if they did have, but even if they have no good link with them, bro, they still have to follow the thing by the book.
And watch this. How can you, there's no work for over 18 months.
Yeah. But then hold on now. We get some new information because the man said there was some correspondence between the company and the UHWI, so some type of work was being done. So he might blame the UHWI why the man didn't work fast. Listen, because I don't think you hear that part there. Listen to this.
But work was taking place.
Watch out.
The work and the correspondence between the hospital and William Pragmatic was ongoing. No report, the draft report, yes, was received after the Auditor General's report. But work was taking place in terms of communication and information gathering. Also, just to let you know,
what were the deliverables that were, when you make a deposit, you would indicate to the consulting firm that in 2 months we expect deliverable A, deliverable B, yes, deliverable C. What was that?
They were late in delivering. They're late in delivering, but there is also a problem on the hospital side that it did not provide them with certain information that they required. Also to note, Mr. Chairman, the contract, just to think, Mr. Chairman, the contract was not signed after the Auditor General.
So only hear him say a while ago. Information that was needed by the company from the university was not given to them. So them basically stalled them work at that him say. So he blame.
What they are saying, they putting the blame on the
Yes, I tell you. Yes, that's what the man say. Yes, and them for them fault the man say.
So now that money now that they paid this company that over 98,000 US dollars that they paid this company, it just gone down the drain because of their fault.
Well, in terms of efficiency and timing, it's a waste of time. That for sure. But them not get a final report yet. So we can't assess whether or not it's a waste of money.
But I mean, at the same time, when me surmise up, you know, I'm smelling coffee boiling up. I smell the coffee boiling up here. Because remember, Bolo, they don't do the panel. Back me and correct me if I'm wrong. 18 months, no work done.
Yeah, we agree. We agree. Say it's unacceptable.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
so
man.
watch this now.
Yeah, man. Auntie Tiny.
According to them, according to the company, allegation is that the university was delayed.
No, under the company I said that, you know. At the CEO, the present CEO at the UHWI, I said that, you know.
So they was slow. Okay.
Yes, I mean to say him a blame them because him a do the investigation and I tell me what go on. Him a blame them.
Okay, now. So now, the university was delayed. Why this company couldn't finish and bring out their money?
Yes.
So that's it. So that's it for me now. That money that they pay this company, right, to do the job, to do a job, are that still valid, or that money just gone to waste?
No, man, it's not gone to waste, man, because what me I tell you say is that the company has not yet given them a final report.
Okay.
So when we get the final report, and assess the report, then you can say, all right, this you can assess and say whether or not this was a waste of money.
I don't cut your panel. Are you saying to me then they are pushing?
Hey, me and me glass scratch me now. Who has send me some money?
They are pushing Bullet and Dennis Garden. And this company that is outstanding out there, that is holding up progress, that somebody might go down to them. The union at the time on the side again that has so many taxpayers' money, much billion.
But hold on now. But bro, you have to understand the context of this company. This is not one of 4 company them, you know. This is a separate company, you know. I believe, you know.
Separate company.
Yeah, because them are do some work for the UHWI.
So hold on, you know.
You see me?
So that the 15 million, you know. What do we do no work? What we interested? Can you use the money? Do you think I get interest? Where we interested?
No, listen. Una misconstrue the thing, brother. I was making a point. Listen, man. I was making a scenario that if me give you some money for do one work and you take 18 months to do it, you can easily use my money to make more money. I never said that's what they're doing, you know. Don't get it twisted. So,
but that's what me said.
yeah, but you can't say that because you don't know that. No, you can't say that. I have to correct comrade, we don't want a confusion. We have to correct a cause of Jamaica. No, comrade. Well, listen me now, but Sydney, that's not for them fault. That's the UHWI fault again. I tell you, you have to focus your energy on the UHWI. What's up unknownly, bro? Oh, then they attack. Oh, yeah, you have to be careful, because you know, when they can't take the lawsuit, you know.
Yes, and that's why in a contract, the time when you go for nature and all of that, so before you sign, you're supposed to read the contract properly.
Yes.
If you breach the breaching of the contract now, and when you not do it on time, that can be a breach.
Yes.
You know, follow certain
penalties will follow. Yes, Orion.
They can't hold you and take the money.
No. Yeah, man, definitely. Definitely.
So you want to know, say, all right, then if you give a man one house, then I expect say a 6 month the house to be done bill. Then you know, you go over the 6 months or make it can't sue you. That's what I'm saying.
All right, brother, watch you know. That's what I'm saying. For the 18 months, no work have been done. And they still have $90,000 in their portfolio. And I know no work not done there yet. It's going to be room for it to be done.
What channel?
I don't think that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so because if you are if you are a registered company,
Different contracts.
if you are hold on a minute, Jenna.
Different rules. Yeah.
If you have a registered company there in Canada, I don't think you can just run away with people's money like that. I don't think so.
Let me tell you something. Yes, man. Even the scripture told you, let all done decently and in order.
All right, we are speculating. We are speculating now. Let me go on to. I think. No, me say we ventilate the incident thoroughly enough. We need to move on. All right, cause we are speculating now.
Ticket that the person will receive when they
Yeah, but brother, that's why I'm saying I let nobody because I have other things to deal with and I have a time constraint. When I try to take the program to another place, brethren. When I have to respect the thing. May I move on. Alright? Let's go. Yeah, man. Love you know, but we can't stay upon that one anymore. We exhaust. We basically we don't have enough information. Because now them have to tell you what go on with this next time, you know. We need more details, we need the final details on this thing. You feel what I say? So right now we speculate based off our information we get and we reach one point now where we can't even go no further. I just say thing there.
ticket that the person will receive when they enter the car park.
Yes, the car park,
and when they are exiting, they will pay based on the schedule of payments, based on the number of hours that they would have stayed in the car park. And those funds are then used a part of our general funds that we receive from various places.
Who was collecting the money on behalf of the university hospital? When somebody comes into the car park, who was collecting the money?
Currently, the security guard collects the funds. We are in the process of establishing a payment area where UHWI staff member will be the one to
people in can't go here for not talking, man.
And that should be in place by the end of by sometime in May.
Embassy and alone listening, brother. I'm gonna play that back.
Ticket that the person will receive when they enter the car park and when they are exiting, they will pay based on the schedule of payments, based on the number of hours that they would have stayed in the car park. And those funds are then used in a part of our general funds that we receive from various places.
Who was collecting the money on behalf of the university hospital? When somebody comes into the car park, who was collecting the money?
Currently, the security guard collects the funds. We are in the process of establishing a payment area where UHWI staff member will be the one to collect all monies from the car park. And that should be in place by sometime in May. We are working on getting it done quickly.
So what is the system that the university hospital would use to reconcile, for example, 100 cars came in, payment would have been received for the equivalent? How is that reconciled?
It is based on the records in terms of the slip the person received and what the person paid. We are auditing. The fact is that there is a serious concern as to how strong and robust that system is. And that is why we are changing with haste to have the funds collected by our normal receipting system that we have at various points in the hospital.
I mean, you're using diplomatic language, but if you're depending on security personnel to collect it, a security guard that would not be his substantive responsibility. It raises questions about whether you know whether you are collecting the full amount that you should be collecting, and whether on a daily basis there is reconciliation to determine that 100 cars use the car park, and as such for X amount of hours, and as such what is due to the university hospital is X amount. It sounds to me like that system doesn't exist and you're now moving to put that in place. Is that correct?
That is correct. Ticket.
Jamaica. One next part of this. We can unmute now. One next part of this is concerning. The amount of time we spend in a car park determine how much money you pay. So that even make it worse. So I see security I collect the money. Supposing change the time where them spending at the car park. Say for instance, if you spend 1 hour, it would have cost you 5 bills. You spend 3 hours, it cost you 15 bills. Zane, Paula said she wanna ask that the question. Paula just come to me because I hear information. So the man can just write so you spend 1 hour and him take $1,000 for himself. Because of 15 bills every pay. That's our next loophole right there. So this is a real bagga organization this year, man. Real bagga. You know, so I don't know though. I have to go look up that. I'm going to go look it up.
Check how long the car park the bill. Check out the Bolo, but let me say something in between. If it's 300 cars for the day, right, and $1,000, run it up about $1,000 each. A 73 is 21, a $2.1 million that for the weekend.
Where say a while ago? If a 300
cars come in for the day, and $1,000 each, right? 73 is 21, what more than a $2.1 million that for the day. But the security guard is rich.
All right. Hold on. It says here that the development project for the car park was announced 2024. Car park opened October 23, 2024. So it's been there 1 year odd now. 1 year odd now.
So you can imagine if you're 1 year odd now, under the hands of the Jamaica Lion Party, and they are running an institution like a car park, where car go in and out every freaking day, moment car going in and out, spending hours, minutes, hours, not even minutes, hours inside of a car park, and you are telling me that you don't have a proper system set up before you open up that car park to the public. They say, okay, this is how you're going to go towards a payment method.
Hold on. Snappleton say comrade spin. What do you mean by comrade spin? Saturday you are 2 hours late. 2 hours plus late. What do you mean by comrade spin? Who is spinning anything? Are you how long have you hold on breaks. How long have you been here, Snappleton? How long have you been listening to the conversation? Because these are the things and the dunceness of my highlight, Making supposition, listen to me. We're looking at the facts. The fact is that the loopholes in the collection of the money at the UHWI new what do you call it? Car park is open, making calculation, not facts. But what is wrong with saying if you collect this amount of money? What is wrong with saying that? The man never made it a fact that that's the amount of money collected. I never made it a fact that that's the amount of money collected. So what is your point? What do you mean people will run with it? If people are listening, listen. Hold on, Sydney. If people are correctly listening to what I'm saying, because I am live on YouTube and what I'm saying is being recorded and it's going to be posted, so people can go rewind and listen what I say. I said, if 1 hour you pay $500, keyword is if. So we are going to settle this thing where say people are going to run with. Make them run with this. If $500 is the amount of money for 1 hour for spending at the car park, which is not unreasonable in any sense of the imagination. I used to work in a car park. I used to be a security. So me can tell you. $500 is no money for spending at a car park for 1 hour. And things gone up now. So if it is $500 an hour and the person spend 3 hours, it is a system where you write down things on a piece of paper. It is left to the integrity of the officer that is working. If he say, all right, me I go write down the correct amount. Right. Him can tell the man knows say 3 hours I'm spending and say, how much for 3 hours? Well, you know say 15 bills that me general. And then you go sub up saying you write down 1 hour on the receipt and take $1,000 put in your pocket. That is all that is in the realm of possibility. What about that reasoning don't you understand? We're not saying that it's happening. We're saying it is more than possible that it can happen. A man hungry and picnic hungry need money for paying bills. If you were listening, you wouldn't say what you say. The operative word is if. Exactly that I said if. So if you were listening, you wouldn't make the comment where you make talking about PMP, what? PMP, what you say about PMP, what? Spin. We're not spinning anything. We're looking at the thing and looking at the weaknesses. We're looking at the weaknesses.
You see, the problem is with these people, man. You see, once you see the loopholes, and you try to push some clock inside of that loophole, they always come to say, oh, PMP this and PMP that and PMP the other, but they're not seeing the freaking dirty water that is pouring.
But hold on now. We have gotten more than enough evidence from the thieving Labour Party for us not to trust them. That's a fact. Trillions of dollars has been unaccounted for under this government. That means that they don't have any receipts to show us that this is how they spent the money. And I'm talking about over all ministries of government for the last 10 years. Trillions of dollars unaccounted for. That is a fact. That's not innuendo, that is a fact. Right? The university alone owe $40 billion in taxes. Eh? And we need 18, we need 8. What I know?
And you are not putting in perspective something to collect the money that you can, what a taxpayer's money.
Yes. This is gross levels of mismanagement. It's gross levels of mismanagement.
So you are going to the car park, with the car park, not $33 million for the year. I don't know what
Sydney. All on people look on that match, because I do match right in front of you. See? Alright, so 2,000 cars coming at car park daily. Staff and everybody. Well, staff won't include in that pain. Or I don't know. But 2,000 cars come with pain. For the day. They spend an average of 1 hour. Say 1 hour $300 for the time. See? That is $600,000 for the. Yes, mama. Alright, so we get you don't me see you live, you know. That means you ask somebody we know what you're talking about that. 1 hour for the car park is $250, ladies and gentlemen. Come did it on her live early when they have the protest at Uhwi. She was there, so she know. Alright. $250 is the money. 2,000 car $500,000 for the day. Zine, 1 hour them spending up. Average of 1 hour. It could be more, but we'll leave it there. So $500,000. Right? Times that by 7. They open every day. That's $3.5 million. Times that by 4. That's $14 million for the month. Times that by 12. 24 hours too? Mighty God, I'm more money than man. I'm more money than what we are talking about then. No, I'm more money. If I 24 hours, I'm more money than what we are talking about. Hold on, because that is significant. But we are gonna work with this. Jamaica for the year, the car park can make $168 million minimum. No man, you're under, you're way under, man. You was very generous. You was too kind. You're too kind, my brother. You're too kind. You're too kind. Yes. You're very generous. And I'm being generous to visit 2,000 car because she said 24 hour. 24 hour, that means, my God. No, I don't know if she work up there. Paula, answer that now. Paula, you work up there? I saw her at the protest. She was live at the protest for the teacher them. Are you with? Yeah, me understand. But yeah, you work up there. Right. So to be clear, Paula. So UA, the UHWI is on the campus, the hospital itself. It's a whole campus, so everything is there. Ah, wonderful. Yeah, Jamaica more than 2,000 people. I'm sorry, more than 2,000 vehicles. What is the capacity? What is the capacity of the school in terms of the amount of students that go there? Okay. Right. 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 Somebody said somebody's asking Paula, who is the one that operates the car park? It has to be the hospital. Right. So they're working on behalf of the hospital. Hi, Stacey. Right. Right.
So when you go to exit now, there's a national security there.
Tell me something, miss. Does the security has a bank machine in their hand to say, okay, they can tap or they pay cash?
No, it's all cash.
Damn.
No. Yo, we don't want to do that to your security guard, them, brother. No, we don't want to do that, brother. We not say nobody at you. Yo, listen to me. We're not saying nobody is stealing any money. Huh? No, but I'm not talking about you in the parlor. He might frame it. He must say they're rich. You can't say that, brother. We don't know. We don't want. We can't say that. We don't know that, bro. We don't know if the man might do anything, brother. Yeah, we don't know. We don't want to do that, brother. We don't want to do that. You understand? No, but the government now nothing to do with the security them, brother. The government now nothing to do with the security them. You can't put on your security them. Yeah, but you can't put on your security them. They don't work for the government. Yeah, but you cannot do that, brother. I'm correct. You cannot do that. You cannot put on the security or the security company because you don't have any proof of them doing anything. You have to frame the thing properly. I am saying it is in the realm of possibility for them to take money due to all the system set. I am not saying that them taking any money. I'm not saying that. I'm not promote that. Yeah, it's a good question. Where's the money? Yeah, it's a good question. But that the issue with the car park is a minor issue compared to the other issue them. Cause we have to go back to we have to go back to the tree company them, brother. Zane, and we need more details, and I hope that with the guy named Fitzgerald Mitchell is the first person to enter the PSA meeting. Him have to come to the front of the class. Him have to come to the front of the class, and the farmer, my man, they were named Raman Allen, that's his name. The farmer chairman or CEO, the farmer CEO, him have to come at the front of the class too. Because we need to understand, because it's a long-standing issue, you know. We need to understand where it all broke down. Where did it all break down? No, man, you can't say easy. Hey, Sydney, let me tell you something. This look like organized crime. This look like, this not look simple, brother. This look like organized crime, brother. You understand? We need answers. We need serious answers, brother. On a joking. Yeah, it's serious, brother. This looks serious, brother. Yeah, it look like some people that full up them pocket, brother, off of this thing, brother. For years. I saw your thing look. Eh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Hold on there. Jamaica, we have one more direct issue if you got to talk about. Finish up, Paula. May I move on to something else? Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Yeah. I understand that. I see them bring that up. So, you know, Mr. Cousins, they asked a question. And I played that already. So they ventilate that properly. Now, Jamaica, you know, so we have a crisis with fuel and the prices of things going up. We're getting some information from Darrell Vaz. And I have not listened to it. And I'm going to listen with you now. After 5 press, big up yourself anyway there, mama. I see you just pop up a while ago. Big up. Oh, you're probably there at work. Well, listen to this, Jamaica.
But let me get to the proposed response. Cabinet has considered a revised new tiering pricing mechanism designed to allow for control and predictable adjustments, maintain consumer protection for smaller increases, enable greater flexibility during larger global price shocks. As of today, the new pricing mechanism is as follows. Based on the war in the Middle East, it has become necessary to make changes to the pricing mechanism used by Petrojam to respond to the pricing uncertainty. A tiered approach is being implemented, which will see petroleum prices being more closely aligned to global price movements. This will allow Petrojam to be more agile and respond in a more timely manner to price volatility. What does that mean? So you know that I just talk straight. It means that the $4.50 cap cannot be sustained. And it means that we'll have to have several different tiers of caps, probably 3, that will speak to what's happening in the market. And as I said, the pricing is weekly. So it means that we can adjust on a weekly basis. But let me be blatantly, truthfully, upfront, in your face. The government of Jamaica cannot stomach $11.8 billion with all of what we have to do and the contending priorities. And anybody who tell you any different, I'm sure they will after this press conference. Rubbish. No government in a situation like this can sustain that. So my words to you, Jamaica, is definitively you are going to see increases as long as this continues. We will do what we can do, but it is important that you do what you need to do to understand that you need to conserve starting today. Government is going to have to look at policies to limit movements, especially transportation movements. I don't know, Minister Dixon, I don't know whether or not we go back to a COVID hybrid version of working from home, but it has to, something has to happen because the level of traffic that I'm seeing on the road doesn't show me that anybody realizes that there's a war and the price of fuel and oil is just continuing to go up and up and up. So I'm sure that cabinet will deliberate and the government will come up with plans as to how to conserve, but it is 100% the responsibility of every Jamaican to realize that we are in a major crisis as it relates to the price of oil internationally. And therefore, you need to take responsibility for your household and your business to see what you can do. So let me get to the proposed.
Jamaica. Hey guys, me gonna need 5 minutes, cause this one is dangerous. Hold on. Let me sit up for that one here. Let me push back my camera. Jamaica. This man, Daryl Vaz. As a matter of fact, I'm starting Andrew Honest. You are a coward. You are a coward. You need to resign immediately. You are a weak jellyback. You didn't have the balls to address the war. And you said, no, Daryl Vaz bought fuel and we, the people, must take responsibility. After the PMP put a tax in place, something called the edge tax, for this very moment, and only decide to not pay the insurance, but to not collect the tax. And now we in a trouble as a country, and we don't want to put the pressure upon we the people. The devil is a liar. Everyone on need to resign. Every single one of UNO need to resign. And the people they need to rise up and take it to the streets and run away. Can you imagine the audacity? If you can't tell you what we already know, say everything a race. Oh, so people must just not use them car and go about their business. They must not go out. They must COVID protocol, no movement. Let me tell you this, man. You see this? This is telling you how severe the war, the impact of the war is on us. And you see how quiet the nastiness them have been. And Andrew Honest and Favour Williams got the big old budget and don't make one mention about how them are going to mitigate this circumstance. But now them send out Daryl Vaz if you come give a generic statement. But are we supposed to fall down pan? Me say, man, hey, me say every Jamaican people, you know, wise up or rise up, man. Me I tell you, say, yo, me have to go left this country. It not going to work. You know talk? It not going to work.
Can I say something?
It not going to work. It not going to work. It not going to work. Yes.
When you get, well, right, if for $60, it's still at $60 when I up or down at $60. And them say, gas gone up to $20. So then now pay it, them all abandon it. And see down there now, where we don't have pay $60. Almost $60 we don't have to go pay. So you do struggle with if you keep the edge tax anyway. So no know what them are trying to take before. Secondly, oh, this man love someone and what we have paid them for? Because if we have to take responsibility for ourselves, what we have paid them and make money for? 300%.
Hold on now. Thank you. I'm glad you raised that. Andrew knew what is happening and take in raise in full retroactive. And the people them up a UA ball for them money from 4 years ago. The USWI staff are ball out. Everybody are ball out. And them a take for them full money if you can tell we say the responsibility is on us. Hey, me don't know about who you know, man, but my brother boy right now. Go them for going now.
Watch this.
Watch this. In Canada, we're not living in Canada right now. Gas price over here. I'm not going to tell us why it doesn't spike. It doesn't spike a little bit. It spike. But trust me, Prime Minister Macron never once come out and tell us that we have to pay more at the pump. You know what he did there since the day here? He lowered the prices for us and take the full responsibility for himself and the city to that situation. They say that they are losing millions of dollars just by doing that, but they rather to do it and make more the people them have more money in their pocket to spend because they know what is the outcome of we spending more money at the pump. So if that money we have spent at the pump, if we can keep it into our pocket, we can also put it back more into our home, buy food and all of those stuff, and buy more gas for our vehicle. You see what I'm saying? That's how our Prime Minister work. Even though Canada is a bigger country than Jamaica, Jamaica is much more smaller. So we don't expect Jamaica to come with more and the lenient side of the couple of people that is there. Canada burn more gas more than Jamaica by far. Jamaica burn the amount of gas that Jamaica burn can't come to Canada. And if Canada can't put down gas price for us over here by 4 cents after the liter, after every liter for us, why Jamaica can't do it?
My God. My God.
Why? And then again, no, watch this. Where was, because people who are listening to this program right now, the women, we have to give praise to our women sometime. Because you know what? A real woman into a household, when a man goes out to work, and they take 10 cents and put down one side and save it. Right? So when it's a rainy day, when things hit the fence and the man don't have no money, the woman can rush in our corner and say, you know, somebody took that go $5 in our corner, see what you can do with it. You know what I'm saying? That is it's a rainy day. Now Jamaica, where are the government saving fund for the rainy day like today? To help back up things like these.
Brother, it was there already. And the man them don't fund it, bro. And the man them take the money from the same way and use it for other things. And them make we in the position over there right now.
And when them do know them say why the PNP do nothing for Jamaica.
No, and that them say you're dirty the advisor come talk about. If them tell you otherwise, I lie them a tell, but they will come and tell you.
Oh, just suck himself and go here, man. Use my language here, man. And it's such a God, man. Yo, that is madness, man. That is madness.
But that kind of people are talking us. I mean, that man was talking right, but that's why he go Bolo. And sometimes Bolo sit between us. But with a man like this by the stage, I mean, I cuss bad one. I mean, I swear, but when me talking raw. That's why I don't like me pass sometimes me talking raw. You know, I say, don't tell me no foolishness. Because we have paid you for. We have paid for this. If we work hard, things do it for better. And when I think good, you don't take it. When you put the head tax now, I know, say, look how foolish it is. Gas pump and the gas pump now. Gas pump and gas pump now. So what is the pay the insurance with that? I say, go and pay because you know, say. Hold on.
Sorry if you cut your Sydney. I mean, I agree with everything I say. Staff guard, me see you. Look, what is a smart there and I chat about with the man, Sarah. Jesus of mercy. This is the problem. No. This no. Hold on. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is a house slave, you know. This is a house slave mentality, you know.
No, you hit the point right there, bro. Right there. That's the house slave. The house slave never have no agreement with the field slave.
Staff garden. Unmute the mic, bro. Let me hear what you say. There, man.
Yeah, me hear your frustration, you know, Bolo, but, you know, because we said about today, you need like a consumption. The brother was talking about the oil price in Canada. He's right too. But, Bolo, I don't know. We got like 4 more years to go. Well, we have election coming up, the local one sometime in November maybe. But we got to just hang in there, stand firm, as Mr. Manley said, stand firm, you know, and see the salvation, you know. Because Joshua still have a ready, you know. And we know so it's not just this, it's a spiritual war too. Because when you see Andrew got the wall, you know, one of them got the wall.
Yes, yes.
So it's a world thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say let us just stand still and see the salvation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but we have to talk stuff. We have to talk. We can't sit down. So we have to
Yeah, man. We have to do our part, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Nobody do a location, staff. Nobody do a location. I just time I know. I wish for that. I don't know this at all. How is that? I know Jamaica that. I find the man there, man. Find the man there. Look like a Canada in there just like you. Yo, watch you now. Watch you now, bro. The man them have the thing, you know. The man them have the country, you know, Sydney. After the man them mash up the country, you know. Cause me say Andrew Loes in a parliament, you say, come listening to me, you know. Me say him in a parliament yesterday I talk about 2013, you know. Like say him and a part of the problem why 2013 happened. You never know. Me no, what me I say? No, what I don't understand. The man a point finger like saying he a point on himself.
That's the problem, bro.
The man a but watch you know. No, you don't understand. You need to listen to me now. The man in a the meeting, in a the address in a parliament, in a what yesterday. Basically I talk about the position that Jamaica was in 2013. And he failed to mention that he was a part of the party that created the turmoil with the IMF.
Yes.
How the man so skilled, brother. The man just do it like the man bare face and wicked in a barrel. If he actually bring that up, like say him and a part of the problem, he wasn't part of the JLP, a senior member. Brother, me tell you, say, you know saying sick for true. I hunger explanation. He have memory problem. He's sick for true, man. He's sick for true.
I told her that these people have Stockholm syndrome, bro.
They couldn't drive short in it.
Easily forget.
Yo, Daryl Vaz just came to the country and said, listen, we want to pay so much money, can't help you. We can't do nothing. We want to figure it out. I want to expect people to be upset after them take so much money. How about you want to roll back on the blouse and skirt money we want to get? Take 50% of you and roll it back. How about you do that? How about you raise the pay of the teacher them? Where they're supposed to get long time and the nurse them. The doctor them. How about you do that? How about Andrew Loes not take him money where him say him never did take before? At this particular time. Like, bro, like everything a man then do, bro, is against the people, and brother. The man in no heart, brother.
Well, on the 2013 Bolo, I know the time the poach off, we couldn't ban in and off right.
Then I hit me, I tell me general. Then I hit me, I tell you.
Because nobody don't pay with no money because they mash up the IMF deal and them don't get sweet. I know the time the poach off,
yes.
But big. So you remember that?
Mighty God.
I saw memory bad.
Yo, the man.
You see that woman they were shot when you might drop out and the kid woman catch him up. You're that wicked woman. That's all me I tell you.
You know something, I can't understand how a government within power, right? And you see the problem in front of your face, and before you fix the problem, you're pointing finger to the other party and forgetting your sword that you create.
Byron, big up.
Why the party that was in before you have to fix your mess, and then you eventually come in and come get a bed well spread to lie down in for you to continue to have that good. If anybody the PNP party that fixed the IMF, you right now gonna come in and come talk about you in and out. God Almighty, man, sometimes we don't want to say some things, but we just
you pay them off and tell them that, you know, and I brought
goodbye. But watch this one. But watch this one. No.
Yeah.
We want to go back to the same shit and then come over when we try to leave and come in on something, whatever money Jamaica is making right now, the profit have to go back to the IMF to pay that off. So that make it more harder on us.
So one question, Sydney, are you brethren? So the $1.4 trillion, right? The budget for this year. So what you think? Because I don't know much. So we gotta pay that or what? How they gonna get it?
If they have to borrow that money.
No, where's about budget? How them all get the money? Them a tax the hell out of we, brother. Them a tax we. No, that's why them a add on the new tax them, you know. And the NHT, them a take the money from the NHT. All of the things them for supplement the budget. Yeah. Where's some money?
You know, them a tax sweet things.
Yes. Then tell you how much money they plan to make from it. Hold on there. Hold on. Hold on there. Chosen said Jamaicans are ungrateful. They will lie to be right. Chosen, now we attack. What life will be right? Are we a lie? I just ask clarity. Face that they can't do anything to the historical people. Don't want them. Okay, I don't understand that. JLP cannot recall. Alright. I'm gonna play Mind Games, yes, that's true. Calligraphy, big up yourself, bro. What go on?
What is that?
Parking, Niagara Falls, yeah man, Canada. Yeah man. Big up yourself, brother.
The US. Yeah, but this is on the US side.
Oh.
Wait, that's not what I want to say. All Jamaicans in the diaspora, we want to come home. Because remember, Jamaica is really nice enough, apart from any bit of crime. But listen, everybody thinks that Mark Gordon don't really know. You know how much money would Jamaica a lot better if Mark Gordon did win. Jamaica would be so sweet. Maybe we never have a hurricane. Trust me.
You ain't never lie, bro. Bro, you ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. Yes. Judgment, man. Judgment, my general. You're right about that. Judgment. But we want to go to this now because it's about fuel again. Want to hear this? Listen to this update about oil in Jamaica. Hold on there. Why is it not? Okay. My bad.
Full environmental and social impact. Any move to drilling would only take place after full environmental and social impact assessment, stakeholders engagement, and relevant permits and cabinet approval. This is a careful step-by-step process. The ministry, together with United Oil and Gas, continues to take a disciplined and evidence-based approach, ensuring that any decisions taken are grounded in sound science and in the best interests of the country. So let me just pause again to say that the results are very positive, but they are positive scientifically because they have seen traces. They haven't seen or touched the real deal, but it's still important because that is what will move to the next step. So I want to indicate again that I am cautiously optimistic and praying very hard. And I encourage every Jamaican to do the same because obviously of what the impact of that, of any discovery would be. The next step would be to drill one of possibly 14 wells. The one well would require a capital investment of between 60 and 80 million United States dollars. Now, in the scheme of things in the oil business, that's not big money. It's big money for us, but not big money in that industry. So what's the next steps? The next steps would be United Oil and Gas to shop those results around to see if they can get any interest by these large companies who would then want to invest in drilling. So far, based on the results and my discussions with United Oil and Gas, there are several companies that have already contacted them, some of which wouldn't answer their phone call a year or two ago. So that's very encouraging. And the last I spoke to him, he was on the way to the United States for this week to have several meetings with some of the major oil companies. So again, my commitment is to keep Jamaica advised every step of the way. And I can indicate based on my discussions that if they were to raise the capital to drill, that wouldn't happen until late 2027, going into 2028. So the government, once there is an agreement for an investor to partner with oil and gas, they would have to come back to the government of Jamaica to renegotiate a drilling component. Right now it's just an exploration license that they have. So that would be another process. So again, cautiously optimistic, but definitely encouraged. And of course, we know that Jamaica needs some break coming on the heels of COVID, Beryl, Melissa, and now the war.
I have nothing to say. Daryl Vaz is praying, ladies and gentlemen.
God bless Jamaica, but the money fall in the wrong hands and the people suffer. God really bless Jamaica to find oil, and those oils is not just no. Those oils, you get everything out of those oils. Petroleum, kerosene oil, the one that won't diesel. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Every Jamaican should be rich, but I don't know under this administration.
Right. I guess
Voice of JA, big up.
closely. I was listening closely. That you guys put out on the bulletin towards us before even the previous election. I heard that Darvaz is quote unquote right. There is no such thing as oil drilling or foreign oil in Jamaica. Did not he say something like that, Bolo?
Yeah, but he's been consistent. No, listen. Me know where my brother. Me know where my brother go with this. Yo, the man has been consistent, brother. The man is saying the same thing now. The man said they're not getting a license for drill yet because they've not come up with the money yet, but they must see positive results that there is actually real oil wells there. You understand? Because he mentioned say before companies never want to talk to oil and gas. But now them have multiple companies we are talking to them based off of the results of the testing that they get. So he has been consistent. We can't beat him on that. We can't beat him on that. Even if I lie him tell, he's been consistent. He's been consistent.
Watch this now. Watch this now. Did you know, based on allegation that I heard, remember, this is not just me, sir.
Yeah.
It's based on what I heard. And the scientific allegation that I heard about the drilling of the oil, both in the ocean, in the sea, at sea, and in land. If they go to the point to drilling, that can cause a massive tsunami in Jamaica.
Yeah, if them hit the wrong thing, if they start drilling and hit the wrong thing, that can't miss.
So Jamaica better brace for it.
And if an accident should happen and there's an explosion under the water, man, listen, that's a whole nother ball game, baby. You're talking about tectonic plates, man. Lord have mercy.
When you're touching the tectonic plates in the virtue, remember they're doing the same thing with freaking Haiti, brother. You see what happened with freaking Haiti?
Yeah.
The same thing happened to Haiti where they were drilling, because people who from there tell me, my wife is from Haiti, so I can talk. My wife told me that they can feel the direct tremor when they're out there drilling, and like when you know them dynamite in rocks, they can feel the earth move underneath their feet. And all of a sudden, boom, a tsunami strike. Earthquake just drive right through the whole place, smash down the place and all of that.
Man.
Remember me tell you, remember 80 is coming like Jamaica, brother. Concrete house. That's what I'm saying. Uprising building.
I caught it.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The only thing is that it more bigger. The island of Haiti is more bigger than for Jamaica. But if they don't know what they are doing, it's going to strike a major tsunami over there in Jamaica, bro.
Potentially. What this money said, me? Hold on there.
Today, government is going to have to look at policies to limit movements, especially transportation movements. I don't know, Minister Dixon, I don't know whether or not we go back to a COVID hybrid version of working from home, but something has to happen.
Yo, the man in desperate. You can't hear desperation in a man voice, no, brother. The man in desperate. The man in my fretting, bro.
Go on and drive?
No, sir, I'm not drive. I have to take taxi. I'm not really go nowhere. I'm not really go much places.
Today, if the Prime Minister is confident in me, I would never leave the country at a critical juncture like that. I would have to reconsider my retirement to carry this to fruition.
No, Chico, listen to me. Chico. We know that the Alvars no sound too sensible sometimes. But we cannot deny how this war is affecting us. And Ralston Hyman has been saying it on the Colin Bell show. Where the man them depend. Every single country where richer than we are prepared their citizens and are prepared themselves for how them are going to deal with this thing and maneuver through this crisis. And our government has been silent. And the one thing what we hear is panic from Daryl Vaz. And you only say 1 week, Jenny back, brother. Months now the war are going and the man if he adjust the thing in the budget and the man him not adjust. Yesterday man look for the man adjust it, you know. Remember say Mark Bolin call for him for adjust it, you know. And the man now hear nothing from the man, brother. You understand? And know that everything bust out now. The man him can tell you about Ray, brother. Yo.
What you need to come and tell the Jamaican people is how you're going to maneuver along with this war that is happening right now, how
Mm.
you plan to tell Jamaican people them how you plan to maneuver the country?
Yeah, from in our budget, him said.
Exactly.
From in our budget, Mark Gold in a call for the government to do the right thing. And now we can't hear from them.
Yesterday, him come to Parliament and him talk. He said, "Give it to me, and listen to him." And him not say nothing, but you to me, I understand now. But him not say nothing about that. No, an urgent pull. He's going to come and say this now to the Jamaican people to get people panic.
Man, them are wicked, bro. Believe. Man, them are wicked, brother. And me never did know say man them so wicked, because I never wanna follow them up. I recently find out say man they wicked, brother.
That government cannot run the country.
Recently find out say man they wicked.
The man cannot manage a country, bro. The man can't manage a country, bro. Them cannot manage it. Because they're not put nothing aside for Mr. Rainy Day. You see the Mr. Rainy Day stuff, they don't have it here. They don't have nothing like that. It was there before. No, it is not. No, poor NHT, them training, them are bleeding. Poor little NHT. If anybody did NHT, we don't know them when I manager and learn go Joseph, and yet still me hear them come talk about some boy. PMP don't do nothing.
Hold on now.
My commander never did create the NHT when the backside came through that.
No, one of the new narrative where them a put out there, JLP people them a put out there, is that NHT is a scam. You know hear them? Sydney, you know hear them? You never hear them on the internet. You never them on the internet a chat foolishness about NHT a scam. NHT no problem.
What do you mean by scam?
Hold on there. Me unblock you, man. No worry, sir. No worry about that. Me unblock you. I can't come on back for the TikTok. But I send a message in a WhatsApp. Me look for your name and unblock you. Miss and hey, hold on. Shout out to Miss Curiosity Kid. Big up. Big up. Where you say now, bro? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we have to talk one at a time, you know. Hey, you hear me drive. Oh, please, I wanna. Hello, let me ask you something. Hold on there. Let me ask you something, gentlemen. Gentlemen, let me ask you something. Are you guys aware that them asked and Mark Gold in a question in our conference yesterday? I'm going to go to it. Yeah. I'm going to go to it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. This is the Q&A, press conference Q&A. Yeah, right, that's it. Let me go to that question now.
Yes, and I think Dr. Morris
mute to the mic.
And the lead as well. The problem is that based on how it is structured, most people are being called upon to just build back board houses, which is putting them in a very precarious position should innovation and assist in matters such as this as well.
All right, listen now.
Okay, we'll take our final question from online. Siobhan, please unmute and go ahead.
Oh, online him did there. Oh, he not come there this time. Okay.
Hearing you well.
The Prime Minister is, as the opposition leader suggests, is going to take the narrow legislation this afternoon in the House of Representatives. What is his recommendation as to how narrow should be used to address the concerns he's raised regarding housing? And my other two questions are in relation to Mr. Golding's Integrity Commission filings, because usually they would have been made public around October or so in the newspapers, but that was not done in relation to the 2024 declarations. Do you have an understanding as to why there's been a delay, as suggested by from the Integrity Commission? And secondly, in the matter of Dennis Gordon, the suggestion is that Mr. Gordon could have potentially breached the Customs Act in terms of making a false declaration. Do you still stand by your suggestion that he has done nothing wrong or he did not break the law in relation to the Jackson matter?
Thank you. Could you repeat your first question?
About what is the Prime Minister's, what is the recommendation Mr. Gordon could put forward in terms of how NARA can be used to address the housing concerns?
NARA has been established, as I understand it, to execute projects that Cabinet approves. And in the Prime Minister's budget presentation, he identified a large list of projects that the government wishes to pursue in years to come. Bypass roads, moving communities from one location to another, to free up lands for redevelopment, that sort of thing. So that seems to be the main purpose of NARA. We've heard others, like the Minister of Justice, saying he's hoping that NARA will build some new court facilities. I think these STEAM schools that the government is intent on building, these STEAM academies, NARA is going to do that as well. I don't hear anything about NARA being used to address the current issues facing Jamaicans in the aftermath of Melissa, the current infrastructure challenges that are making life and recovery very difficult, the shelter challenges.
Hey, big up Staff Garden, thanks for coming up, respect.
Many thousands of Jamaicans continue to suffer in. The only program for this was roofs, and roofs was scoped inadequately. Its design was defective because it didn't have any resilience built into it or anything in it to ensure a more resilient approach to housing construction. That was absent from it. So there are clear gaps, and I don't think NARA is the answer for those gaps. I think those gaps just require a focus of the Cabinet on developing a program to address those things and rolling them out quickly and identifying how they will be funded. This big envelope of resources available to the government should be, in my opinion, used to deal with the things that are clear and present needs of the country, so the country can settle down, so that the country can feel restored and ready to move forward again, rather than being in a post-disaster situation for a protracted period of time. There are two other questions. One was for, what was it, Dennis? Oh, you recall last year that there was a protracted period when the Integrity Commission didn't have certain personnel in place as a result of the tenure of existing officers coming to an end, and there was some kind of impasse that delayed the appointments of their successors, and that I think has caused some delay in their operations. So that's where that is. I can't comment any further on that.
Two things I want to notice. Mark Bolo never answered about Dennis Gordon because he done the answer previous question already by the previous journalist. Secondly, the man raised the man's statutory declaration. The man actually asked about the man's statutory. Jesus, yo, me I tell you, say, when they tell you, say, the man don't have nothing about them, they don't have no shame. Ocean wide a bat for Andrew Loes and the Jamaica Labour Party, and come and ask the man of integrity about him statutory declaration. And them know enough, them know. So what them name? Them know. So the IC did have a staffing problem, brother, at the time, brother. But you know, just because the Labour right them get whole heap of pressure based off of them incompetence and how them deal with things, Them just a try to divert the conversation from the actual issue. That is the only reason why they mention that. You feel me, I deal with, but we didn't want to point that out. I mean, I come back to that clip there, but I want to listen to Andrea so.
Bolo, before you move, Bolo. Don't
Yeah.
the same government shall stop them.
They don't hit me as some general. I them think they may talk about all the while in Sydney. Yo. Yes, I them a fight them. I them a fight them.
After you can't stop them, you come back and ask how come that and again stop them.
Right.
So I can't then you come out with the report before them can't stop you know.
Right.
So at the short stop cause the problem. So when you come out and ask that, you see that
That work reasonably well.
He asked about why he's so concerned about the opposition leader statutory declaration, but we don't concerned about his own leader statutory declaration.
Not being certified for about 4 or 5 years now. Unexplained wealth.
Unexplained evidence and them cannot come up with nothing about it, but the markup commands about the statutory declaration. Here, when just the Guardian.
May I tell you?
So what about the Andrew? What about the Andrew Ward's declaration when nobody knows nothing about? No.
What about Xavier Main? But moving on. Moving on.
Well, in the early days of independence, when the private sector was relatively underdeveloped and the demands of government were less complex.
I just want to bring to the House's attention that something that the Prime Minister has said is not actually accurate. The Executive Agencies Act provides for the establishment of advisory boards for executive agencies. And I'm aware that certainly Companies Office has an advisory board. I believe Customs does as well. And if you look at Section 4 of the Executive Agencies Act, it specifically says that there should be an advisory board. When Section 5, there shall be establishment and functions of an advisory board. Every scheme of management has to have that. So it's not true to say that there is no oversight, board oversight. They do have board oversight, and the boards play an important role in helping the executive agencies to function effectively.
Now, if you notice, this is why the Speaker of the House cannot be the wife of the Prime Minister. She was so disrespectful. She was cutting off the man mid his speech because he dared to correct an error that the Prime Minister made in his speech. And the Prime Minister subtly admitted afterwards that he made an error. Listen, but really try to argue it's really not an error. Listen to it.
Prime Minister.
Madam Speaker, I have two options in front of me. One option is to respond to the leader of the opposition.
So now I'm a grandstand, you know, to deflect from the argument. Listen to him.
Should I not detract from my presentation? But the other option is to respond to the leader of the opposition. Because, as is being said, sort of ocean, I think the country needs to understand this presentation is not speaking about an advisory board. This presentation is speaking about a board of governance.
No, Mark Golding did not talk about his presentation. Mark Golding talked about a specific point that he made in his presentation. You see what he did there? He went to this presentation is not about. Mark Golding was not arguing about your presentation, brother. The man talked about one specific thing in your presentation.
Which I believe all members understood that this is what we are speaking about and that there is a significant difference between an advisory board and a board of governance.
Mark Golding was not talking about a board of governance. Mark Golding specifically said, you mentioned that there isn't an oversight. And the man saying, that's not true. There's an oversight. It's clear, it's there. Moving on.
The essence of the critique of the direction of the legislation is about governance. Yes, the law provides for the appointment
by the CEO.
The law appoints for the appointment by the CEO
of advisory board. Recommends the members of the advisory board not to hold him to account for governance issues, but as a mechanism for him or her to consult with on matters specific, especially to the technical elements of the agency. I think the country needs to appreciate that there is not just a significant difference, but Madam Speaker, the advisory boards are not required to treat with matters of governance, accountability, and all the other issues of administration. When we are speaking about a governance board, we're primarily now speaking about how these entities
Bolo. Yes, a Bolo advertisement
will be held to account, how policy will be implemented, matters to deal with performance. Now, I want to make it clear, Madam Speaker, NARA will be established in the form of an executive agency. It is not new, and I believe, Madam Speaker, that we should, as I said earlier, I commend the address of Dr. Davies, former Cabinet Secretary. And he observed that Jamaica's public service had its origins in a command and control departmental model that worked reasonably well in the early years of independence when the private sector was relatively underdeveloped and the demands of the government were less complex. But as the government grew and the private sector became more competitive, the model proved increasingly inadequate. The response over time was to create statutory corporations and the government companies that were meant to be more flexible, more competitive in attracting talent, and more efficient in delivering services. But as Dr. Davis noted in his address, these bodies, with some notable exceptions, did not live up to expectations. They operated as monopoly providers of services with market pressure to perform. The Accountant General, as nominal shareholder, was a poor substitute for the private sector shareholder who demand returns. Dr. Davis made a fundamental point about accountability, and I quote, "Accountability of these bodies tend to be diffused between minister, chairman, board, and chief executive." Madam Speaker, when you have diffused accountability, when no single person is clearly and unambiguously responsible for results, the instinct of every institution is to protect process rather than to deliver outcomes. The executive agency model was developed precisely to cure that difference. Under the executive agency model, there is a clear accountability in the chief executive officer reporting directly to the responsible minister, supported by an advisory board rather than a governing board. It is a bit distressing that the leader of the opposition, who pretends to leadership, does not understand. Well, his comments would suggest that he does not understand the difference between a governing board and an advisory board.
On a point of order, the Prime Minister said that executive agencies don't have boards. That was incorrect. They do have advisory boards. He also said something about the CEO appointing the board, which is also incorrect. Typically, the minister under whose portfolio the executive agency is also incorrect. They do
not understand. Well, his comments would suggest that he does not understand the difference between a governing board and an advisory board.
On a point of order, the Prime Minister said that executive agencies don't have boards. That was incorrect. They do have advisory boards. He also said something about the CEO appointing the board, which is also incorrect. Typical.
Do you remember when Androna said that? The CEO appoints the board? It's incorrect. Mighty God. He did say it. He did say it, and I listened to him, and I allowed you to listen to him say it. The CEO appoints the board, Andrew? Incorrect.
The minister under whose portfolio the executive agency for the appoints the board. And this, NARA, is not an executive agency. It is a statutory body. Clause 3 makes it absolutely clear. It's a statutory body to which the relevant section of the Interpretation Act applies. Section 28, which means it can hold property, can sue in its own name and be sued, etc. This is not an executive agency.
So NARA is not an executive agency, it's a statutory body. So there's three things there Mark Golden point out that Andrew Unanswered absolutely got wrong. And those things have legal implications. Mark Golden deal with them wicked yesterday, no? From the press conference to Parliament. Mark Golden did it on fire yesterday. From the press conference to Parliament.
That whole discussion about an executive agency is a complete red herring.
Quiet, you know, him not say nothing, you know, watch him.
Madam Speaker, I believe we should focus. we should focus on this because the more the leader of the opposition gets into this business, the more he reveals himself.
Yeah, him reveal himself to be somebody that have sense unlike you. Him, you see, Andrew Unanswered does as a good way of using words, just for use them when they make no sense and have no meaning. Because I'm not saying when him say that, you know, him know how to twist things and spin things. Yes. Him not said nothing a while ago when him said that, you know, bro. Him reveal himself to what? To be brilliant and you stupid because you don't know the information. That's why him reveal himself.
Not having understanding.
Yeah. He must say, Mark Golden reveal himself in not having an understanding. That's all he can say. No? But he can't argue the action. Brother, remember say Mark Golden our legislator, the man of the record for pass the most laws in a one term, bro. The man normal. The man was a part of the team who fixed the problem with the IMF to make sure so the IMF did feel good about the direction of Jamaica go based off of what them ask them to do. The man them had deadlines. The man they are on a serious pressure. Mark Golden got it done. The man is brilliant. And we now go there so make Andrew Unanswered come make you look like say Mark Golden don't know him I talk about. Rubbish. When it comes to the law, Marky G no miss. He no miss. The man is brilliant. The man entire school, everything. The man never get no flunky doctorate. Like Andrew Unanswered. You never get no flunky doctorate.
That's why they want to shut him down.
Yeah, because, listen. You know what I think about this morning? Why would a criminal want to let in a top investigator into the happenings of their operation? And this is why the JLP don't want the PMP to involved in a nothing what them do. That's why I tell Mark Golden saying he can appoint one member to the NARA board. Me hear Colin Bell say tell him say yo you can't send one soldier to war, no? Minimum 2. No, make them alone run NARA and anything happen, we can point the finger upon them. Yes, man. But don't send one PMP go know it. I agree with Colin Bell 100%.
Exactly.
Madam Speaker, let me be precise about NARA and what we will have in place of a governing board. Because some commentary has proceeded as if there is no oversight at all. The oversight is robust and it is modeled on the most successful accountability mechanism in Jamaica's modern history. As I announced in my budget presentation, the Jamaica Reconstruction and Resilience Oversight Committee, JAMROC, will be established to provide independent public oversight of NARA's performance. Madam Speaker, I am not here saying that the executive agency model has worked perfectly.
Hold on there. Didn't he just say executive agency model? That's not the term that's not the term he used before. Hold on there. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
On a point of order. Prime Minister said that executive agencies don't have boards.
Yes.
That was incorrect. They do have advisory boards. He also said something about the CEO appointing the board, which is also incorrect. Typically, the minister under whose portfolio the executive agency falls appoints the board.
Okay.
And this, NARA, is not an executive agency. It is a statutory body. Clause 3 makes it absolutely clear.
Oh, so him still a run with the narrative says an executive agency. Ah, that's what I wanted to establish.
Mechanism in Jamaica's modern history. As I announced in my budget presentation, the Jamaica Reconstruction and Resilience Oversight Committee, JAMROC, will be established to provide independent public oversight of NARA's performance. Madam Speaker, I am not here saying that the executive agency model has worked perfectly. Decades of experience have revealed certain challenges. In particular, while executive agency CEOs are engaged on performance-based contracts with accountability for results, the practical reality has not always matched that design. Often, the targets have lacked the rigor needed to drive real accountability, and the consequences for underperformance have been insufficient. We are conscious of those shortcomings. We will address these in how the NARA CEO is held to account. Performance evaluation of the CEO will be conducted by the Cabinet Office, will be with structured input from JAMROC as well as other stakeholders. Performance evaluation will be grounded in the achievement of clearly defined targets and measurable outcomes, not merely process compliance, not activity reports, but delivered results. The people of Jamaica will be able to judge through JAMROC public reporting whether NARA is performing, and if it is not, the accountability chain will be clear, direct, and consequential. JAMROC will operate similarly to the Economic Program Oversight, the EPOC, which was established to monitor the implementation of Jamaica's economic reform program. Madam Speaker, similar to the economic reform program, reconstruction is not a government project. It is a national project. Its oversight must reflect that. That is why I am announcing today that the government will make provision for JAMROC to include a member nominated by the leader of the opposition.
Hear that? One member. One member, you know? Play that back.
Include a member nominated by the leader. Its oversight must reflect that. That is why I am announcing today that the government will make provision for JAMROC to include a member nominated by the leader of the opposition.
So, JAMROC is this important oversight committee, but only one person from the PNP are going to be on it. Madness. That's an oversight.
With the advice to leave it alone, because any shit going over there, bro.
Yes.
They are going to place it
Yes.
on that member.
Yes. Yes.
That's how there is a setup. This
Setup.
is a setup.
Setup. You're right about that, brother. I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Man, some coffee up right over the virgin.
Yeah, man. Them skill, man. Them skill.
Yeah,
Boy.
It's a setup. I got me like back and I don't say nobody there never load one.
No, then yeah, me nah, no.
When the push come to shore, then we just point the finger directly. So
Yes.
nobody there by the VP staff is boy, yo, Ray, you didn't know what's going on.
Yes.
Because trust me, in the makings and everything, they will make things shit happen in the office of that member.
Yes.
Just pass down that member to the shit to the pin.
Yes.
For that member side look bad and for them side look good. We don't. I would advise nobody. Yeah, you mean don't say nobody over there.
Yeah, man. Sydney, give me.
If they have carpet and there we have sparks and there we have marks and there we have
Fast.
everything. It's over work. You know?
Oh my God. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. Listen to me. If the PMP don't have at least 1/3 membership on that board, forget it. Forget it. If you have 10 somebody, if you have 10 somebody on the board, yeah, man. I agree with the man, brother. As I talk about that, I Colin Bell, me I go play last, cause I want to play the last part with Colin Bell. And then, Jamaica, you hear me I say? People that may watch me right now, if you don't appreciate the platform and you're able to, buy your friend a beer, man. Buy your friend a drink. When I find Colin before me left, everything that they want to can use, Cash App, Zelle, everything. And if you don't want to text me, don't text me. Buy your friend a drink. Alright? Bless up the platform. Anyway, what Colin Bell live, you know? Let me find the video from last night. Cause me only calling to, you know. Let me find, cause Ralston man said something important.
Because it was not, no.
The statutory filing was not out. How come? You ask King Mark holding that, but the Prime Minister one is not out for the last 4 years. Them people have no shame at all.
No shame at all, brother.
Yeah, man, it's a joke.
Yo, no shame at all, bro. Me I tell you, say man, they're dangerous, man. No shame, they not have Colin.
Journalists from Nationwide asked that today in a rally.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I tell you, every time I hear this man talk, the man so bright. That's like something like that. My God.
The costume them building a Jamaica, like one now.
We wouldn't be fretting so much right now.
Right, that's all.
Yeah, man. Most certainly.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah, man.
So, Ralston, the Jamaican people have been dealt a serious blow by this government. Would you agree?
Yeah, man. Most certainly.
Because I like to use the example. A lot of us have motor vehicles that we insure every year. And we don't some people have never met in an accident. I've never claimed on their insurance. 30, 40 years them have paid insurance same way. And this government has been in power for 10 years. I want to stop the insurance. No shit in the fund. We'll never tell. Maybe that's why Andrew can't come. Because we don't tell me about the gas price now. If we had kept the insurance, we wouldn't be fretting so much right now.
You're right. You're correct. Come on. A massive error.
Massive error.
The best government, the best government.
That's a joke.
The best Prime Minister and the best Finance Minister. Make a big boo-boo.
Joke.
Big boo-boo. Rally, we're going to wrap up anything. Just give your final words now.
Well, notice that the Bank of Jamaica will be mopping up another $16 billion tomorrow. So the mopping up exercise continues. So rather than tell us what they're going to do in order to contain the price increases that are coming up on all of those things, they're still mopping up liquidity. Yep. So that's the approach that they're taking to contain the inflation.
So the government is not encouraging private sector investment then?
No.
So they're saying to the private sector,
they're not using growth. Yeah, they're not using growth as a strategy to deal with the problem. They're dealing with contraction and compression. So they're making the problem worse. So the IMF telling you that the global economy is going to shrink. And they are shrinking the Jamaican economy in and of themselves. So it's a double shrinkage on top of.
Rally, somebody called.
So again, that's better. Yeah.
Go again, finish your thought.
So it's like you're in a deep hole and rather than throw a rope to help you, they're putting more pounds on you so that you sink.
Somebody called me today about some bonds that is out there for what, 10%?
Maybe investments, they're floating on bonds for 18 months at 10.5% per annum.
Is that solid?
Yeah, man.
It is solid, so anybody have the money can buy into it?
Yeah, man. And the poor people can buy it because you can buy 20,000 worth.
You can buy 20,000 worth?
Yeah, man, the 20,000 whatever you use and buy liquor, you can buy a part of that bond.
So you put one...
And at 18 months, you get back the money quick.
So you put one 300,000 and you can eat a food?
You can eat a food, yeah. And at 18 months, you get back your money.
Less than 2 years, 1.5 years.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, man.
I did some business with Mayberry before, so I I kind of comfortable with Mayberry. I got my money. I do. Yes.
Yeah, let's see the latest development because the Chinese king and the Russian foreign minister will be meeting tomorrow because the man myself will jump on the can't stand. Yeah.
And them now go just take it. Them now go just take it lying down.
No, can't try to see there's an attack on them.
Oh. And I've been saying that to you during a rally.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Trump a block the Hormuz and China say, brother, you stop my business, brother. It's like a me ya war. So I trouble that, you know. You understand what I deal with? I trouble that, you know.
Yeah.
Say China go some bops now on this side, say, brother, me can't continue make you do this, you know. So I have to defend myself, you know. I trouble that. That's our next problem again in Jamaica. And we are some little cockroach in a big eagle fight, you know. Where we are going to just get crushed when them are trample by one another, you know.
Trump is already, you know. Trump is. You know, you're the latest.
What you say?
Trump say him a work with for like I say him a work with for your time. To make the Chinese them do them thing and them have to go talk.
Yeah, because Trump an idiot. Don't know who to frighten.
Bro, let me tell you something. So, brother, listen. Let me tell you something, man. When you stop listening to me, Loes and skirt Trump got talk about, you know, man, with the Amos. You listen to nothing when Trump talk about Amos, because Trump can't do nothing to Amos right now, you know, because Iran have that lockdown. He can't do nothing, can't go through there.
No, you don't understand, bro. Remember say China and Iran good enough, brother. So for them ship, it country them. No, hold on, no. The country, when we get to understand, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But the country them will align with Iran, for them ship can go through, you know.
Yes, man. Yes. All Iran go through. That's what I'm saying, but nothing for the American side.
Then that's why Trump are black. That's a brother.
No, Trump cannot block it, bro. That may make you know you can't do nothing to it. No, because hold on, daddy. It's a something I follow, you know, man. I follow that news there, you know. I'm gonna just listen to CNN.
Yeah.
Because CNN not giving you the full load on the NBC. They are not giving you the real thing. You know where you have to go? You have to go to global news. Forget the whole load on this. Iran is the one who control Hormuz.
Yeah, me know that. Yeah. But me here say Trump have some shipping at the air.
But them have shipping at the air, but them have a plan of it go around either around Africa and go back towards the Red Sea.
No, me talk about warships, bro. Me not talk about fuel ship. But he can't block the entrance.
This is what I'm saying. I ask
me, brother.
Yeah, man, I tell you, you see, Hormuz right now, it closed down.
Okay. Alright, left that alone. Because I don't want to go into that too much because I wrap me up.
Hold on, let me finish this now. One good thing can go through there right now is people who is aligned with Iran, as you just said a while ago. But anything towards anyone that aligned with America cannot go through there. We know that. We don't dispute that. We are talking out of the IC now. When time I say anybody pay Iran money, can pass them out of the IC then. At the IC we are talking, we not talking, they can't come in there, so you know. We are talking out of rate out of the IC where my black some keep out there, so we not come through. But China pass him, and so Iran thing pass him, and he can't do them nothing. So the rest of people them a report now and say, oh, them a pass out of the sea there, and you are trying to come in.
Alright, we leave that alone, please. That is a never-ending conversation, and we soon end the live. We want to get through this, please.
Don't say because I'm saying that oil is a global commodity. So even if America have them high, the price of oil for cut because the traders control oil.
Yes.
And the oil prices that drive up inflation in the US, and the consumers they must spend less, and the economy will slow down.
Wow. Yeah. We have a call. I could hear who that person is before you go. Yes, caller.
All right, okay.
Yeah, man, I'm born here, man. Me ask some question. Big up, Ralston.
Yes, Bolo. What go on, brother?
Me ask some question about the government. I'm going to play one smart clip. You understand what going the government. Because you see, labor, I'm not telling you what going. Listen to this.
You see your company leader say you don't want to see people them a line up and a beg and a holler and put the food, Mr. Enjoy me. Mr. I'm just holding it. I don't see you do nothing better. Everything that you comes with, everything that you come with chaos and it come with competition. So everything that you come with don't make no sense.
Right, that's it.
But Bolo, Raleigh, I hear the MP, one of the MP from Hanover, said that a old lady went to the launch of the roof program and them give her a check for all up for 500,000. And when push come to shove, she not get the 500,000. Nikisha Burchell says she carry next man, but the man named Stonewall or Manawal.
Yes.
Manawal all up a check for 500,000. The cardboard all know Manawal not get dollar yet.
No money.
I tell you something, I'm more listening to me. I say good.
Yes.
The program run out of money.
What? No, Rally, hold on. I'm bother with that rubbish. I'm bother with that.
No, remember, sir, Rally, we are talking about
Hold on, Bolo. Rally, what you say?
Mr. Team said the program run out of money.
Oh, yes.
I'm telling you, first thing, them underestimate how much money was needed, and the 10 billion when ended up run out, and them wait for the supplementary estimate to pay out more money.
Hallelujah!
Mighty God.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The challenge everybody in the government, from the prime ministerial level, tell me, them underestimate how much money they're going to need. Them allocate $10 billion, and the $10 billion run out already. And then wait on a supplementary estimate to get back more money.
Rally. So that means the assessment that we've been talking about, the assessment was flawed.
Correct.
Hallelujah.
Everything them touch and give us some confusion.
Hold on, Bolo, you remember when Titanic did that sing? The people them sing nearer my God to be.
Yep.
No, but the man them say them do. You see, I send a message to Colonel Charles Jr. Say, give me an interview, me have some questions for you. But because them love preach to the choir, them don't want nobody ask them no question so that them thing can be scrutinized properly. Him don't respond to me. The assessment.
Europe.
Rally, we are gonna leave it right as of it tomorrow evening.
Yeah, what you say?
Did not I heard
Ralston.
the one who responsible, not Ralston.
Oh. Colonel Charles Jr.
Colonel Charles Jr. Did not I heard him says it's not everybody who signed up.
I go get any money. Yeah. Assessment. Yeah.
Good God Almighty.
So it align with where Ralston said the money done.
Exactly.
The money done.
But Ralston, that's what I want to come with now. The same thing Ralston said, why they don't have the money done.
Yep. But outside that realm of possibility.
Hold on. Stick up in. See the evidence here again. Did not the conference that came yesterday with the PNP, with the man name again,
Dr. Dayton Campbell?
No, not Dayton Campbell, one that cannot see, man.
Oh, Mr. Floyd Morris.
Mr. Floyd Morris. Remember that Mr. Floyd Morris in talk yesterday and I said, boy, it's $10 billion.
Yeah, I see him 10 billion.
Allocated.
I see him money matter about, yeah.
And he said the people them that money is the amount of people that it's supposed to give it already, allocated already, and it done.
Yeah.
Because that means about there are some that will not get
any money. Yeah. And then as you said that, he might come confirm it. Yeah, he can confirm it. Yeah. Yeah, man, I hear time now and then me are closing up.
Where the house them there? Because 5,000 houses say I come and me no see none yet.
Brother.
Not even one house. Where you there?
I
So
don't
what
know.
are they? So the money done before you buy the house, when you say you buy the house, the man in the power want to come.
No, it's about the house. The house.
Where the house dead there?
Gentlemen, Chantel said, oh, the money finished. Gentle people, hear me, I say. I want you guys to check out my video. The second to last video I did. All he do is talk and PR. That is the thumbnail. Nikisha Burchell, Mark Golding, Andrew Jonas, and a cartoon character of myself on the thumbnail. That video, well I know, that video, Sydney, well I know. Yeah man, some people in a center get mashed up, man.
Yeah man, say go right cross.
Mash up.
So me ask you no Bolo. All I come with they go text on estimate and text on simple plan. Me can't nobody look.
No, I mean to tell you. Remember say one more important thing on now. Remember in another press conference there. Mark Golding said there's nothing in the budget for a roof program. So whatever them give her that them plan to give, they don't plan to give no more. Put that in on the pipe and smoke it. Wicked JLP government. Yes. As I wrap up the show, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't stay no longer, and I want to stay for next 2 hours, now go work. And nobody no put no money for me sale, nobody no put no money for me cash up. Me now stay for the next minute. I am leaving. I'm going to do what I have to do. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the time. I appreciate the conversation and everything. As I say, check out the video, the second to last video on my YouTube. Zine, breaking news, J. Bryan exposed JLP judgment. There is information there for proof that I went through it myself, detail, for sure that the People's National Party, Zine, has clear accountability on their website in regards to the amount of money they spent, the packages that they got and gave out, everything, donation amount, all of it is there. So you see this narrative where Ocean Wide are trying to push out there, and the vlogger them say the People's National Party thief, hurricane money, where the money they are, nonsense. Go on them website and you see the full detail of what is spent. And we're challenging the government. Where is the money? Where is the detail of the trillions of dollars that you guys got to help the people of Jamaica? How did you spend it? Where did it go? We want accountability for every dollar. Just like what PMP do. Alright? We are asking a question, Silmir. We need it. We want to see the thing. We want to see.
Watch and see if they're going to use that same money. Watch and see.
We can't wait for local government election. Members of the man that can put up the right to nothing. They not run right now, man.
No, every 2 year local government. Listen, my man. We don't need to read the Constitution, brother. The local government election is of a set date. It's not this year. It's not this year, brother. No, they can't do that, brother. They have to want seriously. No, them try every 4 years. Sorry, they tried, but Mark Golding threatened to carry them got caught because they would have been breaking the law. Listen, man, every 4 years, brother. No wrong, brother. When I get the wrong information, bro, I tell you, them cannot do it, brother. Them can't put off nothing, brother. Them have to have a damn good reason or some catastrophic thing have to go on. They can't fight the democratic process. It is in the law. It is in the law, brother. We know so they like to break the Constitution, but Mark Golding and put them, we carry them got caught. So when if you call, it a go call, brother. Don't worry about that. I must want pandemic or something going on or something like that. But them can't just say, oh, we have put it off. It actually have a fixed date to some effect. Every 4 years, brother. Zane. So when was the last one? 2024. So 25, 26, 27. I not 20, 2027. 2028, 2028 again. 24. Yeah, 2028 again. No local government election, man. We are gonna have a snap election, brother. A snap election are gonna go on. External forces are gonna cause a snap election. Andrew Wallace's case with Paul Buchanan might be a catalyst as well. Right? A them thing they are gonna happen. Buy her before 2027 does say the Lord. I'm a God. Big up on yourself. Come on.
Before you go, Bolo, please.
Me a charge you, Bridget. Me a charge you, me a send them Zelle, you can't work, Me a charge you. Me have your number. Right now, me a send them Zelle. Me can't do it so way I say. Me a send them my Zelle right now, because you 2 hours now hold me up. Me think I show me a say. Me a send them Zelle and me cash up right now, brother. This is somebody easy, man. You follow this man and me come off my life.
Listen to me, man. That thing with Buchanan and Andrew Wallace. What's going on with it, bro? Because
Me not have no clue. Me not have no clue. My boy did it on the show. My boy did it on the show and him say, the court date, me not sure. When him or Derval, and he say, I think this Friday or next week Friday, him say, I have a protest out there about that same something there. So I'm not sure. Probably them put it off, but God on time. God on time. Where I keep an eye on it. Because as soon as it come up, me sure say it go come in the newspaper. Because it's a hot topic. People interested to know what going on with it. You see what I say? Yeah, man. People interested to know what going on with it. So that is it.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, Barry. Listen up.
Yeah, man. Me send them cash up and me send them Zelle now. People look more.